It is I, the Kaiju Daddy, and I am here to welcome everybody to this stream. Thank you all for taking the time to watch. I'm trying to get this at the right angle so the glare isn't in my eyes. Got a big show today. Got some giveaways, doing the waffle, doing some Star Wars talk. So thanks everybody for joining. Hope you guys stick it out. Happy May the 4th, and let's start getting into it. So we'll start off with our man, Darth Antilles.
Hey,
How you doing today?
Normally Darth Benevolent, but repping my favorite Star Wars pilot, Wedge. I'm excited. This is a great day. Star Wars means so much to me, so I'm really excited for it today. Just got done watching episode 4.
Okay, I watched Rogue One before I went to bed last night.
And I've watched episode 4 before, and when we're done, it's off to Empire, the best movie in my opinion ever.
Wow, okay. And he wedged himself into that helmet. Not the easiest thing to do, am I
My
right?
monster head is pushing the capacity of this thing. But yours is looking good,
we'll bring in our next illustrious guest. We have Ian, the Mandalorian. How you doing, Ian?
I'm good, man. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
I can't see anything just from the fog that's kind of gathered in the last 5 minutes.
Jason gave up already.
My glasses are fogging up. I can't see. There we go. I will have to be an intermittent Wedge.
Ian is sporting that new Grogu that
nice,
just
Ian.
released. What's your take on it, Ian?
I love it. Yeah, it's really great. It's a lot kind of lighter. It's a lot simpler than I expected, but it's really good. It's really, I mean, look how realistic it looks. It's great. So.
Yeah. Now, did you have the first release, either the Sideshow or the Hot Toys one?
No, I didn't. No, and I'm kind of glad I didn't, just because the seams on the ears, and you know, this is definitely a step up in terms of realism. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, well, at any point during this stream, everyone's welcome to take off their helmets. So I'm just saying that. You don't have to keep them on.
Oh.
All right, bringing in the Star Wars man, a stormtrooper that can aim.
There you go, Star Wars. Hey guys, what's up? Sorry, I don't have a cool helmet to wear with you guys, but at the same time, I would probably suffocate after, if we're gonna have the collector coming in. I know this is gonna be a 3-4 hour stream. I already know it. I don't know how you guys are gonna do it. But
well, see, we have something already planned for him if he does start to get off target.
So you have the Death Star plans for the collector,
and he needs to stay on target.
We have something ready for him.
Stay on target.
All right, so let's bring that man in, the Darth Nacho Mama.
What's up, everybody? Happy Batman Day. Just got done watching Batman Forever. Best movie ever, guys.
Ever.
What are you guys wearing?
That's awesome.
I guess he didn't get the memo either.
Wait, what's today? Oh, it's May the 4th.
Oh, yeah.
You're that close to greatness, man.
He'll be back. So, bringing in our last amazing guest for today, we'll put that Nacho Mama on mute if he starts to interfere. Our last guest is our first-time panelist. He is a great streamer. He's over on the Hot Toys Hotline. We're bringing in Connor. Connor, welcome.
Best for last, baby.
Hey.
I want to start by saying Darth Antilles coming out of the gate speaking facts. Empire Strikes Back, the best movie of all time. There's no disputing that, by the way. You cannot dispute that. It's the best movie ever made. Also, I also watched A New Hope today, so we're kind of copying each other tonight, which I like.
Oh man, it was so much fun.
Yeah, right. And like Kaiju played this prank where he didn't tell Al or I about the helmet memo, so we look like idiots. We showed up without our helmets, and like, look at us, man. Al didn't know what to do. I gotta follow the collector and his Batman Day mess. He got confused, but No, it's great to be here, Kaiju. I appreciate you having me on, and it's great to be here with all these guys that I've watched on your stream and on other streams many different times. So great to be here. It's one of the best days of the year, May the 4th for us Star Wars fans. So
hell yeah,
very happy to be
There
here.
we go.
The guy's a natural talker. He's very gifted, so that's why we brought him on.
I appreciate it.
So let's go around. Let's say, hey, what's up, Garth Gutierrez?
Doug G.
So James took the day off tomorrow so he could stay up and join us. What a trooper. What a man.
That is dedication.
Legend.
Jukebox Hero made it for alive. Now back to lurking. Okay. Thank you very much for coming in. Appreciate it. Let's keep going through. See if we got anybody else. Oh, just the same old usual suspects. So we got a lot planned for today. Got a lot going on, a lot to talk about. We're going to be doing, like I said, some giveaways. We're going to be doing the waffle. Let me find my figure. So we got the waffle for the Chrome Mando. And I'm going to say after this stream, we're going to be doing another stream, a member stream, where we'll be doing another waffle for another Chrome Mando. So if you are a member, here's your chance to get that particular figure. That's not going to be like this giveaway. This one, well, not really a giveaway. People actually had to pay for this waffle up front. So we'll be doing that at the end. I know some people, when they join in, they get a little bit anxious. It's their first waffle. They don't have the patience to wait it out. The waffle's at the end of the stream. We're hoping the stream goes for about 2 hours today. Darth Nacho Mama might have something to say about that. He always seems to. But we'll try to keep on target and get through this, hopefully in under 2 hours. I know Connor has some obligations he has to attend to. So we'll try to keep it quick, tight, and short. We have some other giveaways today, but we'll get to them a little bit later. So we're going to start today off with our first question. How old were you when you first saw Star Wars? So I'll start it off since I'm the moderator. I'm going to say 3 years old. I think I was 3. I think I saw it in 1978 during one of the re-releases. I remember vividly being in the movie theater. My godmother took me. We went to see it in one of those old, crappy movie theaters from back in the 70s. If you're old enough to remember back in the day, you know how awful they were. You could barely see over the seat, let alone the person in front of you. And I remember I was so excited. I was really into Star Wars. I'm a 3-year-old. The movie came on. I'm excited. Everything's going on. R2 and C-3PO land on Tatooine. R2 gets hit by the Jawas, and I fell asleep. And then I woke up at the closing credits. So that was my first experience with Star Wars, falling asleep from the excitement. And it was the first movie I ever saw in the movie theater. So you can't go wrong there. Great intro. We'll get to this guy in a moment. But Darth Antilles, why don't you go next? You're an old folk like myself.
Yeah. All right. I was exactly 7 in 1977 when that thing came out. So I got to see it the opening week. I know I mentioned this a bunch of times, but I've seen every one of the other Star Wars films opening day with my dad and most of the rest of my family. But that was something special because before then there was just nothing like it. And I know we talked about before saying what it was like, before, in a world without Star Wars. So I got a little bit where I can still remember that. I remember the ad for it, the promos that came out for it, and it was just like nothing you'd ever seen. And then you finally got there and saw it, and like I watched it again today. It's just so good. So it's fond memory. The one thing I remember the most and still my favorite part is Han Solo coming back into the Death Star trench with the sun right behind him. It's just one of those great moments. So
yeah. So who'd you see it with?
Today?
No. First time.
First time, whole family. It was the 4 of us: mom, dad, my mom, and my sister.
Nice.
And it's been that way ever since. We've added other people, friends and family who've come along, but yeah. Other than that, every opening day. So it's been kind of a cool family tradition.
And it's crazy to think, because we're so accustomed to marketing these days, that back in the day there was no merchandise to go along with the movie.
Oh.
It was all word of mouth, or newspaper ads, or just those commercials that you'd see on TV. There was nothing in the store kind of grabbing your attention. Oh, this is cool. This looks nice.
And after that, if you wanted to play Star Wars, which we did, so everyone sat there and argued over who got to be Han and who got to be Luke, and it was cardboard wrapping paper tubes for lightsabers was about the best we had. So.
Yeah, I remember those.
but that was good enough.
So we'll go with Ian. Ian, how old were you when you first saw Star Wars?
I don't know, because Star Wars came out before I was born. But I must have been really young. I was kind of born into Star Wars because my dad was a big Star Wars fan. And yeah, like several years ago, my mom sent me, she's going through all of the old photos in the photo drawer, and she sent me some photos of me maybe 3 years old, just with a big, red box filled with Kenner toys. So, I must have seen it around that age, as soon as I was old enough to watch a television. And yeah, I grew up with Star Wars. Like, Star Wars toys were just all I played with. I think that the movie that I remember the most as a kid was Return of the Jedi. Like, that was always my favorite as a kid. I guess because it is a little bit more, kid friendly, I guess. But yeah, I remember every single Christmas in the UK, they used to play the movies on TV, especially the first movie, and it used to be like a Christmas event. Like, I'd wait to Christmas to watch it, and even though I had a VHS, I'd watch it always on Christmas Day, just because it was the event of the day to watch Star Wars with your Star Wars toys. So yeah, pretty young.
You only had 3 channels, right? So there wasn't a lot to choose from.
Well, that's true. Yeah, only 3 channels.
So let me ask you this, Ian. What was the first Star Wars movie you saw in the theater?
It would have been the first Star Wars, Episode 4, because I always watch them in order, and the thing is, in the UK, I don't know if it's the same way where you guys are from, but they used to have movies just playing in the cinema all the time. So I remember seeing like the Superman movie, and I remember seeing Star Wars, and I remember seeing E.T. in the movie theater. So these movies came out when I was too young or before I was born, but they were still playing continuously through these kind of crappy theaters. It's not like it is these days where once their time is done, they're gone. So yeah. I saw it. I remember like the clearest memory was when I was a bit older, when I was a teenager, and they had the special edition re-releases, and I just watched the original trilogy in a row. But yeah, I was much older then, and yeah, that wasn't a good time. It was way too much Star Wars all at once. My ass was. I just remember just like halfway into Empire, my ass was just in pain just from sitting on this crappy cinema seat, and I was like, man, we made a mistake here. This is just not comfortable.
I saw the trilogy in one sitting back in the day, back in like 1990. Mm-hmm. Around 1990, this new theater opened up, and they were doing a charity screening, and they did the Star Wars trilogy. Again, this is 1990, so this is before Lucas started messing with the movies. So this is the original stuff. And we watched all 3 movies. Man, that was hard to get through, man. And let me tell you, those seats weren't comfortable at all. So yeah, I feel your pain. And I don't know how they do it in the States, but in Japan, during these big events, these Star Wars events, whether it's Celebration or the re-releases of movies, some of the theaters do all 9 films.
Yeah.
Have you seen those, Ian? No.
Man, I watched Return of the Jedi. I went to watch that because it was the only one I could watch in the afternoon. I couldn't catch it in the morning. So I caught one of those, but I didn't do the full. Man, they've been running all week. That's insane. Like,
yeah,
it's like throughout the night.
Yeah. But you know, if anybody can do that, it's these Japanese dudes here, man. They can swing that. They're conditioned to do that.
And the cinemas here, man, the seats are nice. If you get one of those special luxury ones, you know, you could take a little nap through the sequel trilogy if you wanted to.
Well, let me tell you, I went back to the States last summer, and I went to see Harold and the Purple Crayon with my family. And we went into this theater where it was like a family theater. So like, you know, Jason, Al, Connor, Darth Mon Macho. When you go into these theaters that are designed for families, I don't know if you guys have been in it because they're really designed for kids. The seats are enormous. You have like 4 feet of aisle in front of you, and the seats recline all the way back like a bed. I fell asleep in this movie. Like, it was insane how comfortable this was. It was incredible. I was so amazed by how advanced or how comfortable American movie theaters are compared to Japanese ones. Like, you know, you
well,
can.
I think the Japanese ones are built for little dudes.
Well, so there are seats where you can order food and they bring it to you. They bring you drinks. And when I say food, I mean like restaurant quality
that's standard
food.
now around here.
They'll bring it to you.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you'll get like these pints of craft beer or cocktails. It's insane. I couldn't believe it. My mind was blown. I'm like, what is this madness? So, Ian, I think you really need to experience this when you go over for a Star Wars celebration.
Well, they do in the Shinjuku one. I've had that one where
they don't do that.
They do. They bring. There's one in the Shinjuku. What's it called? They bring the drinks to your table and they bring the food.
Well, that's
to your table.
different. That's just drinks. Like, I'm talking about like a restaurant quality food.
Meal.
Yeah.
A meal.
Yeah.
They bring the food.
Full meal.
Man, I would hate that though. Like the
Dish
dude
and a
next
fork
to you
and a
is
knife.
eating a steak while you're freaking watching a movie.
Everything you want.
Forget that. If someone rustles some crisps,
that's how you get through 9 movies. That kind of setup.
Okay,
You know, maybe they'll come and they'll bring you a blanket and tuck you in too.
Dude, I don't know how you survive Japanese cinemas, man. Because like the dude next to me, I was watching Revenge of the Sith yesterday, and the guy next to me was like this massive dude, and man, he could not. Like he was like his legs were going up and he didn't know where to go, and like he was just way too small of a space for him. But is it like that for you? No. Okay.
No.
Maybe you're flexible.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going. Connor, how old were you when you first saw Star Wars?
I would have been not. So The Phantom Menace is the first film that I saw. I had a very unique opportunity when I was younger because I was raised by my grandparents, and my first like taste of Star Wars was playing with my uncles. He had basically the entire collection of the original Kenner toys, like the 5 POA toys. So my grandparents, like seeing my interest in those and me saying Star Wars, you know, they took me to see The Phantom Menace, which of course I'm extremely grateful of now looking back at it, because that was what really, you know, got me excited about Star Wars. I had all of the Comtech figures, which, you know, was one of the worst lines ever. But it's just, you know, it's a special line to me. The hype for The Phantom Menace back then was just insane, you know, Star Wars returning after all those years. And ever since then, you know, I've been lucky to see everything in theaters. I of course make it a point to go do that. And then through these re-releases with the original trilogy that came out before I was born, I've been able to see all those as well. So I've officially seen every single film in theaters. I don't know if I could do the full Skywalker saga all in one sitting, because that is crazy. That's just a lot of time dedicated. I actually have a friend that did that, and he was telling me like they were taking breaks in between and stuff. I'm like, that's nuts, dude. But he told me some people were like, okay, well, we'll watch these films, we'll leave and come back, because they let them still like utilize that ticket because it's more of like a private screening type of setting. But yeah, dude, like I said, I was very lucky, and it's all kind of gone full circle because I actually have those Kenner figures on my shelf back here that you can't see out of view. They're in my collection because my uncle was like, you can have them, I don't care about those anymore. And it's funny looking back on it now when I went and got those figures a couple years ago from my grandmother's basement, I'm like, shit, I lost all the blasters when I was a kid. And also I distinctly remember the IG-88 figure because I was just so fascinated by it because he was so, so weird looking. You're just a little kid and he's not there. So I'm like, I don't know what I did with him. There's some other stuff missing too that I distinctly remember playing with. But yeah, I'm very lucky that, not only did I have the toys to play with, but all of my uncle's original VHSs of the original trilogy. That was how I was first exposed to the original trilogy as a kid. And it was unique for me watching those prior to Revenge of the Sith coming out in 2005 and then seeing that big reveal. And it's just, it's a mind blowing thing when you watch it in that order, especially with my young mind. So I also did see Revenge of the Sith anniversary in theaters, and that was an amazing experience. I went with a bunch of friends and just an amazing time. And seeing the records that it's breaking as a re-release in theaters just shows you how special that film is and how appreciated it is now. Because obviously back then, a lot of the original trilogy purists had their things to say about it and their gripes. But it's good to see that, after the sequel trilogy came out, everybody's like, perhaps I treated you too harshly. And it's all kind of come full circle. So, yeah, 4 years old, man. That was my first Star Wars film. And it was so weird also seeing Revenge of the Sith in theaters again, because I remember I had a whole birthday party around seeing Revenge of the Sith in theaters, like Star Wars Revenge of the Sith tablecloths, the little cups, all that. So it's so weird. It's like a full circle moment for me. But yeah, it was amazing to see it in theaters again. And me and all my buddies are sitting around and we're just like mouthing every single quote because I've seen that movie so many times. So yeah, it's awesome. And if you haven't seen it, guys, the re-release, you're missing out.
Man, so good.
It's awesome. It's so
Kenobi and Anakin, the Mustafar battle, the fight. As soon as that starts, I'd forgotten how important it is to see that on a big screen, man. It's just so good. Like the goosebumps that you get, and
the
just
energy and it was the same with everybody else in the theater. They were all like, I could hear the people behind me like quoting it and stuff too. It was just such an amazing. And I might be weird. I hate clapping in the movie theaters. I don't like that because to me, I'm like the director or the actors. They're not there to hear your applause. You know what I mean? It doesn't like ruin the movie for me. But I'm like, what are you clapping? But at that time in Revenge of the Sith, the re-release, it didn't bother me at all because it was just such a fun experience. So
some people tried to clap in my theater yesterday. It was funny because in Japan, it's quite rare, and when it's like a premiere movie, like the first day they release, you can clap at the end. Like I've done it loads of times to start a clap. You start clapping and everybody starts clapping. It's kind of like a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
But when Revenge of the Sith started yesterday, someone started clapping at the front and nobody else clapped. It's just like one person trying to get people to clap.
That person just left the theater right then and there, dude. I would have been too embarrassed. I'm like, all right, see you guys.
The crowd experience is really part of it, though. You forget because I watch them just at home over and over again. But I remember with Revenge of the Sith, the minute Vader's helmet came down and sealed and he breathed, and the crowd went wild. And even though it was a kind of a quiet moment there, it didn't matter because the energy was unbelievable.
All right, we'll talk about Revenge of the Sith again in a moment. Let's just get through this and get everybody included because I know the other two haven't been chiming in. I think they're waiting for their turn to reveal what their age was. So we'll go next with Al.
All right, so I'm a year younger than Return of the Jedi, so I never saw the original trilogy in theaters until the special edition ones. But I'd say my first time watching Star Wars, I must have been about 3 or 4 years old. And like Darth Gutierrez said, there's a local channel, and Jason knows, Channel 5, KTLA. Yeah. Like every Saturdays and Sundays, they would just play all the classic 80s movies from Star Wars to Jean-Claude Van Damme movies to Arnold movies. Stallone,
Superman and Raiders.
That's the channel. That was a channel where I learned about all these action movies, watching with my dad and my grandpa. But so that's probably the earliest I can remember. And just like Ian, I think when I was a kid, I was more into Return of the Jedi because that was a movie where the good guys win, and you're all about that when you're younger. And I think that's the movie that they would always show on TV. So that was the one that kind of stuck in my head as that was like the Star Wars movie for me at the time. My dad he liked Star Wars, but I can't say he was like a huge fan. But I said this to you guys before. around like the late 80s or early 90s, he got all into Laserdisc. He was big on like audio and video stuff. And at the time, Laserdisc was top of the line. And the first, we were picking out movies. He said, hey, go ahead and pick out, I have some movies I'm getting. Why don't you go pick out some movies? So I saw all three, episode 4, 5, and 6 on Laserdisc. So I was like, I want these. And as soon as I got those, I was watching those almost every day, on Laserdisc. And that's when I got really, really into Star Wars, and I started learning like the mythos behind it, and understanding the story more. And that's when Empire became my favorite movie, just like a lot of us here. Right. But and my dad was, as I said, he was a tech guy, so he got us a PC, in like the early 90s as well. And during that time, I was getting all those LucasArts games, like the old like DOS TIE Fighter games and X-Wing games. Oh man, dude, I fell in love with those games. That just got me more
TIE
into
Fighter. I
it.
must have played that for days, just like
Right.
straight.
And I thought it was so cool because you're playing as a pilot and you're going on these missions, and it felt like so realistic, like a realistic type of scenario game. So man, I was all about those games. And there was also a couple other games that came out around that time, like I think it was like Shadow of the Empire. And also, yeah, and also Dark Forces, yeah, and also just on like Super Nintendo, they came out with like the super like Empire Strikes Back and Super Return of Jedi. Those games were freaking impossible, but they were fun to play, but impossible. And then again, so the first one I saw in theaters. I did see episode 4 when they released the special editions. I think it was like 97 or 98. I was like
97.
12. Yeah, I was like 12, 13 at the time. And then ever since then, I've seen every single one in theaters. So the prequel trilogy, and then, the sequel trilogy, I still saw those in theaters like most of us. But yeah, those are like I'm pretty sure most of us, are disappointed, but yeah, I mean, those are, I guess, my earliest experiences with Star Wars.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Al. Last but not least, we saved the best for last. Nacho Mama. Are you muted? Are you talking? We're going to have to go to the next topic.
He's done with that, dude. Take it away.
I didn't think he would ever ask.
I don't think he knows how to take it off. He needs a chamber to remove the helmet.
Stuck in there it needs the.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Star Wars. I lived the life of Star Wars. After my side chick Padme had her daughter and son, George Lucas knocked on my door, and he stole my life story. And this helmet is really hard to breathe in.
Yeah.
The irony
the first time I ever saw this and got word about this crime was back in
Stay on target.
80,
Stay on target.
83, CBS bootleg copy my dad brought home. And then the guy that did our whatever the hell it was called back in the day, wallpaper, gave me a Return of the Jedi on VHS. I don't know why he was over at her house, but he gave me some VHS tapes, watched it, and the first one I saw in the theater was, I think, Return of the Jedi. So, and that's when I realized that George Lucas had stole my life story. But that's all I have to say about that.
This is the man shaping young minds, this guy.
Molding with my hands.
So let me take this opportunity before we move on and transition to the next question. Revenge of the Sith is, I think, unfairly attacked as being kind of, not on the same level. But that second half of that movie, when Anakin and Palpatine meet, what in the opera, I don't know what you would describe what that was, but from then on, that movie is as good as any Star Wars movie out there. The second half of that movie is incredible. such a good movie. The tone, I'm going to say the acting too. I mean, it's just so good. That second half, if you can get through the first half, so basically, from that first star battle with Grievous at Coruscant, and then get to like Utapau, you're good. But like that second half of that movie is incredible. It's so good.
I think the first half's fine. It's just I think there's just way too much that they had to do. So when you watch it,
yeah, I'm not bashing the first half. I'm just saying the second half is on another level.
The second half is definitely better, but I agree.
Yeah.
Like the fight with the Magna Guards is one of my favorite scenes.
That's great. I always thought it was funny that people always, I tried to do that. It doesn't sit well, right?
Now he's Darth Helmet.
But everyone always complained at the end about Vader. Helmet drops, breath comes. He finds out about Padme and lets out a big whiny cry. And people were really coming down on that. I'm like, you did see Anakin and Luke through the first 3 movies, right?
Yeah.
Whining is a family tradition.
It is.
Oh wow! I just noticed Darth, the Team Darth Vader now looks like Dark Helmet,
that's right?
Well, yeah.
The glass
is
killing me. I can't.
And that Mustafar fight was just spectacular.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. So Darth Gutierrez, he was a little boy. He saw it on KTLA. What is that? 5? KTLA
Channel
5.
Baby.
Is that the channel you guys are referencing?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, Timmy, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. So we'll try to go through the comments and see how old people were in their first experience in theaters in 1977. Nice.
Right on,
I think
man.
I've said previously, the first Star Wars is the only movie that I didn't see in the Star Wars movies opening day. I've seen every other one opening day, and it's magic, right? Like Jason standing in those lines back in the day.
Oh yeah,
The energy is incredible.
Oh yeah, and you forget too that back then that was your only option. So if you wanted to see it again, you just went back and saw it
back
again.
in the line, just like an amusement park, right?
I don't know how many times you did it. I think 7 or 8 when that first came out for the first one.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I was a little kid. I didn't have any money, so I needed my
Neither
mother
did
to
I,
take-
but my dad loved Star Wars, so we went back and back and back and saw it over and over again. So that worked out.
Well, see, I had all the toys. The only
Yeah.
toy I didn't have was the AT-AT when I was a kid for Star Wars, and the Ewok Village. I never got that, but I had everything else.
I had the
Everything.
AT-AT, and one time I went back home and I was like, "Mom, where's my AT-AT? It's not up in the in the loft." And she gave it away to a charity shop. She didn't even get any money for it. She just given away the AT-AT.
And that's the day you left home,
to
right?
make space. It's like, no.
See, I didn't really get any Star Wars toys until the 90s Kenner line because when my parents were buying me toys, they're in the late 80s, that line was pretty much dead at the time. There wasn't really Star Wars toys around. And again, my dad, he was into Star Wars, but he wasn't like a super huge fan. So I didn't even start getting the figures until those jacked.
So the power of the force.
Yeah, the jacked power of the force.
The most ridiculous Star Wars toy line ever by far.
Wait a minute, though. Wait a minute. Before that, there was nothing. There was the Bendums that came out before that.
Oh God!
So we had a drought. We had a drought for almost 10 years. And when those figures came out, I mean, they were buff, but it was a godsend.
It's because at the time that was the trend, all the toys were buff. That was cool. So it does make sense for the time. But looking back at it, you're like, bizarre.
Looking back.
So
but
bizarre.
you know what? I will say though,
see this comment?
What's that?
Oh,
man,
it's an experience, man. You got to find a way.
There's a Star Wars movie in the theater right now.
Right. But I will say though, that power of the Force Luke was very I guess 1-to-1 to the original poster when he was jacked in that poster too, with that He-Man with the He-Man pose.
Yeah,
true. I think I bought like 6 of each figure of that initial like first 5 or 6 waves. The Power of the Force 2.
Power of the Force,
5 or 6 of each figure. It's crazy.
See,
I worked at Toys R Us.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
and Toys R Us used
just to be able to get the Star Wars figures when they came off the truck. So go through, great memories with our parents back in the day.
Yeah, I didn't really.
Connor, maybe you can answer this one. Any word on when that's going to go up for pre-order on Sideshow? You hearing anything?
Nothing. I mean, it's going to be early next week for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if they like took advantage of like the Revenge of the 5th and put it up then, or maybe I would say Monday or Tuesday would not surprise me at all. But yeah, I don't think they've said anything. They have put up like posts regarding it saying like coming soon, but yeah, they'll be pretty close to when Hot Toys, because you know Hot Toys are available now. People have them in hand from HK. Yeah. So yeah.
I don't think Toy Sapiens will probably get anything until Wednesday at the earliest. Would you agree, Ian?
Yeah, probably. You can get it on Medicarry already, though. People are selling them.
Yeah.
So they've got them. I think they're the Chinese sellers that they say like they say up to 15 days to get here. Medicarry is supposed to be the maximum amount of time is supposed to be 7 days, but they say it's like 15 days, which makes me think it's coming from overseas. But yeah, Toy Sapiens maybe this coming week, I guess.
So Mercari over there, they also do kind of like pre-orders in a way.
No, it's just like people have stuff on, but they put in the comments. They just say in the comments like when you buy something, you have to wait up to 15 days to get it. And it's very rare. It's like just some sellers of certain things. So it's like the Hot Toys or something. But there's no real pre-order. Like it's not supposed to be for that kind of thing, but people do use it.
Yeah, it's like eBay. They do the same thing. But the eBay changed their policy. I think you only have 40 days now for stuff like that. It used to be like you had an unending amount of time. But after 40 days, someone could just be like, well, it's been 40 days. I want to cancel my order. And then, that early like FOMO price that you got from somebody, you could just miss out on it. So.
Yeah, plus eBay, a lot of people were getting screwed over with pre-orders, if a figure wasn't coming out like...
people on eBay selling stuff super cheap too, like under retail, and I'm like, no, that's not real.
Yeah.
Well, they're like Pop Collectibles. They undersell the price of the figure, and then they give you like $200 shipping.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's how eBay works. When you see those great deals, it's like check the shipping. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Let me just say this now. Ian has been depressed since Celebration in a big way, and I'm going to let Ian make his pitch now to whoever's watching this. Maybe they can help the guy out. Ian, do you want to make your case?
What's this for? It's for
what do you want? What are you looking for since Celebration? What do you want?
Oh, okay.
I want a Celebration Cherry Blossom Stormtrooper. I need one. But yeah, I'm if anyone's got one, if anyone's kind enough to help me out.
Not anyone. He wants a Celebration one with the hoppy, with the howdy.
Yeah, the Celebration one. For me, like that was just like, to be honest, I went to Celebration. I had the best 3 days of my life. Like it was the best time I've ever had. I can't
tell your wife that.
I
mean, 3 days continuously. Don't
tell your wife that.
That doesn't help your case.
You're not helping yourself. You're digging yourself into a deeper hole.
But yeah, it was such a special time, and I said to Robert, if I leave empty-handed, I'll still be happy, and I was. But it was just the fact that, like at that time, it was like. I think Rob said it was like around 2:00. I sent him a message, but I'd gone to the Mando Grogu panel, had a great time there. Went to live stage, got to see like every celebrity within like feet of me. Sigourney Weaver came out. I'm like, I'm not leaving. She's like 3 feet away, looking down at me. I'm like, this is insane. And to then go to that store, I waited in a line for about an hour to get to the front of the line, and for that thing to sell out, it's kind of heartbreaking, man. And the reason is just because I wanted something as a memory of Celebration. It's like something to remind me. It's got Celebration there. I've loved Star Wars all my life. I've collected toys all my life. I love Japan, and it's become my home. And it's kind of like a mix of all of those things. So I really, I have to have one someday. I don't want the regular version because that just doesn't have the same impact.
Connection.
The same connection. So hopefully somebody out there gets bored of theirs and helps me out. But
again, like
you just challenge someone
if
to like it.
Sorry, Al. Just if you speak things into existence, sometimes they come into existence, right? Like if you say it, you never know what's gonna happen, right? Like even in Connor's group, somebody was kind of mentioning he wanted that Galen Erso, and I reached out and I'm like, dude, like I can hook you up. And it turns out, he grew up not too far from where I grew up in Boston. So I went yesterday and I picked him up at Galen Erso. And I got it from him at retail. I didn't take any money out of it. And then there's who was it? Jackson OG back in the day. He was looking for that Daredevil.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And people were like shitting on him in the group. Like, what are you talking about? It's sold out.
Yeah,
Ian had mentioned that he saw it at Ami Ami Tower. I told Jackson, I heard it's there. I'll go check it out. It was there. I picked it up for him. He got it at retail. Like, you never know what will happen if you let collectors know what you're after, right? Like,
well, Robert, you've got a Terry Bottom Stormtrooper, right? You've got one.
I got one for me. And I got one
you
for
don't even
another
like
guy.
Japan. You don't even like
I got
Japan.
one for another guy.
You left celebration early. Like, come on, man. Like, you don't even care.
like I said, he has one. Just challenge him to a lightsaber duel on Mustafar.
Are you guys talking about me?
All right. Huh?
Are you talking about me or something?
We're never talking about you.
Oh, because I got one, but I would like to make an announcement. If it's okay.
Now you got an Anakin. I think maybe we could trade an Anakin for one.
No, we already did that. I would like the Commando Boss for Christmas and the Elite Squad Trooper too, hopefully.
Well, so again, like, with the Umbra figure,
yeah.
Ian and I know Connor is big into getting the figures, and Al, you're not in the same level as Connor. Connor's on a different level.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But for us at Toy Sapiens, we're not going to have any trouble getting those figures at all. At all. So, we really feel for you guys who have to fight those queues to get, it's going to be 1,500 figures that one trooper.
Yeah, that's going to suck.
What do you think Sideshow's allotment will be? Like 300, 400?
500 at most, maybe.
And that's an army building figure.
I have always been above 1,600, and I swear I'm getting them every time. I think people are just getting in that line just for fun.
Some people use it as like
Lane
practice,
probably
so
has like multiple bots getting him stuff.
Yeah.
Now, Connor, you're after all of those, right?
It sucks to say it, but I usually buy almost every Star Wars figure. Pretty much, like even like the Chrome Troopers, I got all of those. Like, dude, I see it and I'm like, Star Wars, man, I gotta have it. There's very few Star Wars figures. Like, the first Star Wars figure I haven't gone after in a while is the Grogu. Just because I already have the Sideshow one. It's cool that the new Hot Toys one is posable, and the new one is way better than the original. Those swappable ears were so stupid. I don't know why they ever did that. But if I didn't have the Sideshow one, I would have gone after that. But I'm like, you know what? I don't need 2 life-size Grogus. So got my little
Sideshow one is really good, man. It looks really good. Because I was at the May the 4th event yesterday in Yokohama, the big one in Japan. And they have like a statue area where you go and just see like the life-size characters. And for Grogu, they used that Sideshow one, and it was in a glass case, and there was a line so long for people just to take a photo of it,
which is crazy because he's been out forever. But the thing about this one that's so awesome is it was worked on by Legacy Effects, who made the puppets for the show, so it is very, very accurate. It just sucks that it's not posable because, of course, like every once in a while you look at it like, damn, I wish I could pose it. So that's the one downside to it. That's why I'm not. Dude, I don't. Can you even move the arm? I thought it was all fixed.
Yeah.
Really?
No. Ian, show
Either
him.
way, that's not enough.
No, Sideshow, I don't know if you can. Can you?
No, you can't, because I
Let's
remember
talk
Adam.
about the new one.
No, I'm talking about the Sideshow one.
He's talking about Sideshow one.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
talking
my
about the
bad,
Sideshow
I'm
one, yeah. Because I remember Adam Savage, he did a mod and he made it posable, like when it first came out. But like this one, like you could get it here sometimes for like $200. That's well under retail. Like it's such a great value. But even the new Hot Toys one, I think that's a great price for what you get. I was just sad. What would have put me over the edge is if they actually did the one with the pram. I would have sold this one in a heartbeat for that one.
Oh,
But
yeah, Pram is.
yeah, the
That'd
pram
be
would
so
have been
good.
sick. I can't believe they teased us with that. I didn't think it was going to happen, but I would have bought that for sure. Hey, dude, I could take this one off the stand. I might break it in my sleep, but I could take it off.
So let's move on to topic 2. What is your most prized Star Wars item? What is your most prized Star Wars item? This time we'll start with the collector, Darth Macho Man.
Well, I got a biscuit in my mouth, but
I know. That's why we're starting with you.
This guy has like, he has like
my
10
most
items.
prize thing is probably I don't know. I like the Infant's Nest statue I have from NYC. There's only like 99 of them in the world.
Damn.
The Tusken Raider statue, which is only like 60 in the world. Those are probably my 2 favorite items.
What's your address?
1, 2, 3, eat shit.
Boulevard. So, Al, you have a prized Star Wars item?
You know what? I'd probably have to say, and I know I still have them, but they're, packed up in my garage. Are those Star Wars laser discs? It's more of like a sentimental thing. So, those things are like, it has old school art on it. It's just the size of laser disc. If you guys don't know what they are, they're almost the size of like LPs. So you have like this sleeve that's just like the movie art, and the stuff on the back. The movie description. So I'd say that. Figure wise, I pulled some out. I'd probably say I still have the first Dark Side Anakin. So figure wise, I'd say this is probably my, I guess, favorite one. So
Hold on now. Hold on.
Oh.
Show us it again.
So, yeah, still like this guy. Like I said, I know I'm kind of slowing down on 1/6, and new Anakin's look great, but I still think this looks good. If I think I was telling you guys, if there was a non-artisan regular Anakin that isn't hard to get, I'd probably go get that one too.
No gloves holding that?
Gloves? No, I don't need gloves. I don't have greasy hands like the collector.
Some people always wear gloves. I don't get it.
No gloves.
Well, I keep the robe on. I keep the robe on just to try and protect the pleather.
Yeah.
Keep it
Yeah,
safe.
I'm not gonna disparage anybody who does, who collects stuff, but there are people who do reviews of like these and wear gloves.
Yeah.
Come on, man. What are you
It's just
doing?
probably got manky hands. That's the problem. I don't think it's the. They're not protecting the figure. They don't want to show their hands.
You know what you need to
You
wear?
never know.
Have you guys ever cut a lobster with lobster gloves? Like the metal ones? That's
Oh.
what you need.
It
Talk about
sounds
the
like
Kevlar
chainmail.
gloves.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
if you
chainmail.
ever
Is that
kill a
chainmail?
lobster with a knife, you got to wear these gloves.
You're talking about Kevlar gloves, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I always
So-
enjoyed killing that lobster.
So Connor, how about you? What's your most prized Star Wars item?
So I collect Star Wars. I collect autographs in general, but primarily Star Wars autographs. And for me, it's a tie between two. The first thing though that came to mind when you asked that question is I have an autographed Mark Hamill print. And I wanted Mark Hamill's autograph for years because, apart from Anakin Skywalker, Luke Skywalker was like one of my childhood heroes. And until Mark started doing signings like regularly, like he has been doing as of late, his autograph was very, very expensive. And anytime you saw like a cast sign piece, even if it had a bunch of like popular signers that sign very often, you see Mark Hamill in there and it just shoots up in value. So number one would be Mark Hamill because I got to select the image and the placement and the color of the paint pen that I wanted. So it's very special. It's exactly what I wanted. The image I chose is him on Jabba's sail barge, that iconic image where he's kind of like crouched down with the lightsaber out, and you can kind of see the plank in the background. Top tier when it comes to signatures. Like, that's what you want, and I got a good signature and everything. My second would be my James Earl Jones autograph, because Darth Vader / Anakin Skywalker, my favorite characters of all time. And I got really lucky on that one. I think I paid like $170 on eBay, and I wasn't sure it was real, so I did like the whole autograph because it is. I only buy JSA, all the certified stuff. If it's not like an official certification company where it has a number and you could look it up, and not those BS like authenticatedsignatures.com, not stuff like that. Like, I only buy the stuff that's like guaranteed to be genuine as much as they can guarantee it. But I remember I saw it for like $170, like right when it went up, because I was looking for it actively. And I sent it to like SWAU, which does a lot of signings with Marvel and Star Wars actors. And really, they've branched out a lot over the years. And it came back as very likely genuine. So I jumped on it. And I'm so glad that I did, because obviously, unfortunately, James Earl Jones passed away not long ago. And of course, every time a big actor passes away, the autographs shoot up. So that became even more special to me, knowing that I got it when I got it. I didn't have to pay an absurd price for it. And I have James Earl Jones. I have David Prowse. But yeah, those two in particular are very special to me, because I kind of knocked out like my two favorite characters that are really hard to get nowadays. And even though Mark is still signing more than he used to, you're still paying like $500+ bare minimum for his autograph. So it's very expensive. But yeah, very, very excited.
Do you have everybody from the original cast?
No, I still need Peter Mayhew. I still need Carrie Fisher. I'm a big fan, and it's not good for spending money. I like single autos a lot, like to kind of give that actor or actress like their own spotlight, like just a picture of them. I don't like where it's multiple characters in the background, because then you're like, oh shit, well, I need their autographs too. So I like to get it where it's just them. I still need Carrie Fisher, I need Peter Mayhew, and I need Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford's also even more expensive than Mark. He charges, I think, like $900 base price. And Harrison Ford has kind of taken a turn for the better lately, especially that he's working closer with Disney. So he's doing signings here and there now. So I'm going to have to bite the bullet and get his. But yeah, I think I can't be fulfilled as an autograph collector until I at least get Carrie, Peter Mayhew, and Harrison.
Ian?
This is a tough one. Just to add to that, I have a Carrie Fisher one. So a signed picture that was given to me when I was in my 20s by my ex-girlfriend. It has been authenticated, but I haven't had it properly checked. So I hope it's real.
Why don't you trade that?
Well, that's.
Oh, hey.
Do you have a stormtrooper, a Cherry Blossom Stormtrooper? But that's definitely up there for me. It's a really great picture. It's just the blue background. It's just Carrie Fisher in an original A New Hope outfit with a blaster, and it's just got her signature on the bottom. So that's definitely one of mine. I think for like toy wise, like I'd have to say like my Kenner stuff I've still got at home. Majority of it still in my parents' house, and there's stuff like I've put it all in a case, like protected, just because I want to look after it. I'm gonna probably bring it over at some point, but I do have the land speeder, the snow speeder, in almost perfect condition. All of the parts still works, and a box. And that's definitely a big one for me, because that was probably my favorite, my favorite ship as a kid. Like just running around the garden with that thing. It was really easy to hold, really cool to play with. So that's definitely up there for me, for sure. And then some of the photos, I've been getting photos recently, and like photos are pretty nice to have. I saw Rosario Dawson, had a photo with her at Celebration. But my favorite one's probably this one. I just took it off the wall with my, if you can see. With
Ewan.
Look at how you're touching his chest.
Yeah. Look how small I am. That's how short I am.
No, that's not his chest. He was feeling his nipple.
His man nipple.
That was actually funny because when I went in there, I didn't really know what to say at first, and then I just kind of like grabbed him. And then I put my arm around him, and I just felt like, is this okay? Am I comfy? Is he okay feeling his chest getting that close?
He still talks about that.
Reynolds' chest hair.
Grabs you, she pulls you, and then she's got like her face up against your head, like she gets really close with people.
Who is this?
Rosario Dawson, Ahsoka.
Oh.
You should tell her, hey, girl, give me some space here. Personal
I totally should have said that. Yeah.
Get out of here.
But yeah, that's probably it for me.
Okay. Darth?
I am trying to think of what, I collected a few rounds over now, so a lot of the original stuff I had is gone, a la 2008. But I'd probably have to say my favorite thing I have is my Lego UCS, the one I fully lit and put sound in and all that.
Do it.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I talk that thing up way too much. But
I was that one.
if I had to pick from any movie, period, Millennium Falcon is the single greatest spaceship for me ever. I could watch clips of the Falcon all day long. I guess if I had to select something that was more personal, was I just pulled this out, but my Savi's workshop lightsaber, because again, another experience with my dad at Disneyland where we got to build them and put them together.
Nice.
It just something that means something, but I'm not sure what I would pick over that. I'm really horrible with favorites because my favorite changes from day to day. I just
sure.
I make it a point to just get the stuff I love the most, so it's a big pile of the stuff I love the most. It's definitely a lot of stuff from my childhood, the childhood era I wish I could have back, but back then we didn't know things would be valuable, so we just played with them until they disintegrated.
Yeah. So for me, I started collecting Star Wars stuff, like making an effort to collect back in, I'd say like 89. And of course I was still a kid, so I didn't have any kind of real income. So it was really just, going around the neighborhood and swindling all the kids of their figures that they still had, in the attic. But I used to have everything. I had the USS Flag for G.I. Joe. I had the Terradrome. I had everything Voltron, everything He-Man. I had everything. My mother spoiled me. But that stuff went into storage at my grandfather's house and was thrown away on me by somebody. We'll just say that. And not everything was sent there. I still had some stuff in another area, and the stuff that I still have left from my childhood, those figures, for me, I have things that are worth a lot more. I have all this stuff. Those figures from when I was a kid, my own figures that I played with and spent countless hours, that for me is my most prized item. I wouldn't give that stuff up for the world. You could offer me endless amounts of money. I would say no, like that's off limits. I'd sell all this stuff before I would sell that stuff. Now I did get a, I got an original, like from a movie theater. I got the trailer when Obi-Wan does that voiceover at the beginning for 1,000 generations. The Jedi Knights were guardians of the galaxy. That trailer for Episode 3. I have that trailer. Somebody gave me the film from one of the movie theaters that was showing it. They were all supposed to send them back. This person kept it and gave it to me. So. For me, like, that's something that's so unique and so different. I really like that. I think it's really cool. It's different. I'll never be able to watch it because I don't have a film projector. But to have that is really cool. And I've kept it in my mother's refrigerator since I left America, 18 years ago. So I'm hoping it's still there. I hope she doesn't throw it away. It could be thrown away. I don't know. Who knows? But that's something for me that's very special and unique. But again, my original childhood toys, that's my main thing. That's something that holds the most sentimental value for me that I would never really ever get rid of. So, all right. Next, try to get through this quickly. We're going to do a giveaway. Let's do a giveaway.
Ooh.
So our first giveaway is going to be this SH Figuarts Darth Vader from Return of the Jedi. Let me expand my camera.
Oh,
So it has that Anakin head. This is sealed in the box.
Oh, nice.
Never been opened. This is from the first, I would say, one of the first two. This might have been the first figure released in the Figuarts line for Star Wars. It's a great figure. If you don't have it, it's really good. The prices vary on it. Again, it's never been opened. It's never been displayed. It's never been touched. So what we'll do is we'll do a giveaway for this. Just type #Darth in the comments, and we'll pick a winner from that. So we'll give you guys a couple minutes to enter, and then we'll choose a winner. Now, Connor, you do collect a few 112 things, and they're mostly Black Series. Is that correct?
You're correct. Yes.
Do you have any Figuarts? Do you have any of the Mafex Star Wars stuff?
No Mafex, no Figuarts. I've been tempted by a few. Had those recent. I love saying it in the presence of Al because he already knows what I'm going to say.
yeah. I
Had that recent Obi-Wan and Anakin not look so awful, I would have probably picked those up. But no, I'm definitely open to it. It wouldn't be something where I'm like buying a crap ton of them just because I collect so much other stuff. But I certainly, if there was a good Anakin or that Vader, if I win that one, that'd be pretty cool. It would just be certain characters. It's like, I'm weird with Black Series. I'll get a lot of the original trilogy stuff. Surprisingly, I did not go for those new like repacks of the Revenge of the Sith figures and that awesome packaging because I'm not really an in-box collector. I like opening my stuff. I do have some carded stuff. Like whenever they do like HasLabs, I'll keep those on card. But yeah, it just depends on what it is. I'm certainly open to it. I have some like third-party 112 scale figures. Like I really like that Revenge of the Sith Anakin from whoever that company was. They also did like the Attack of the Clones one and stuff. The only thing that was wrong with it is he has the Attack of the Clones hilt. I guess they just reused that hilt from their Attack of the Clones version and called it a day. But full soft goods, pleather tabards and everything. It's pretty sick. But yeah, it just depends on what it is.
Okay. All right. Let's do the drawing. So the winner is Sneaky Figures.
No way.
Rick.
Wait.
You don't have it on the screen.
It's rigged.
Hold on.
How much did you pay him, dude?
This guy's gonna have a Darth Vader riding on his dragon.
Sorry about that, guys.
And we all paid for it.
It's crazy.
Winner is
Still
Steve.
screen.
Wow.
Well, this is okay because I owe Sneaky Figures so many figures anyway, so it just goes into the pile. Alan, did you never have this?
No. The funny thing is, I was actually looking at that specific one on eBay earlier today.
Get out of here.
No, I really was. Like I was just I was looking at different ones, and that one I saw, and I was just looking at the prices on them because I was trying to plan ahead, you know.
All right.
Wow.
So anyway, this one goes to Al. We have two more giveaways. So hang out.
Okay, you know what? I won't hashtag the next two giveaways. Okay, I won't.
All right. Good. Get you out of here. And no Ian either. No Ian.
I never win anything anymore.
Yeah, I think the keyword
Al
there is
took it all.
anymore.
He's taking my life.
All right. So Ian, why don't you lead us into the next topic with the bottleneck Gallery Time Revenge of the Sith posters. Now, you didn't get one of these, but you did get a poster yesterday. Can we see your poster from yesterday?
Yeah, so I got let's try and zoom in over here. I got this. So I got the cinema version. And I just framed it. And no, that's good enough for me. That's okay. I'm okay with that.
So in Japan, when you got tickets to see Revenge of the Sith, they gave you what are B2 size posters. So this is an idea of how big they are. They're quite big, and it has all the stuff there that's a theatrical release, which is different from the bottleneck version. And the Japanese version always just says returns to cinemas, and then it gives the year. So it doesn't say April like the ones in America that they were giving out. The American ones are a different size. But
I've got the Japanese one from the celebration, but it's much smaller.
Yeah, let's see that one too.
It's in the roll. I don't have it.
Come on, dude.
It's only about this big. It's kind of small.
All right, so let's take a look at what we have for these. Now, these are timed. So you can either get the regular timed edition, you can get the Japanese timed edition, or you can get the set. And when you get the set, you save a little bit of money. You save $5. So taking a look at the poster. Poster's really good. It's very nice. Just getting an idea. Great detail. He even put the tear going down Anakin's face. So if you have the poster and you can see up close, he's got the tear going down Anakin's left eye, which is pretty cool. So Bottleneck is releasing this, but they also did 2 other posters, which are variants of the Japanese one and the English one. So these are great. Now, for this particular poster, I only got the Japanese variant. I didn't get any of the other ones.
How
Jason,
do you do that? Where'd you send yours to, Robert?
I sent it to my buddy.
Okay.
So my buddy's military, so I sent them to him. He has a APO address, so he's been kind enough to allow me to send stuff to him. So people in the chat, you guys get this? You get them? They're great posters. So far, he's done Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. He's done The Phantom Menace, and he has Revenge of the Sith. And I think it's safe to say he's probably already finished his A New Hope for the 50th anniversary, because that one will be coming out in 2 years. So, Jason, did you get this?
No, I haven't been doing posters. Got no room to put them, but it's a great poster.
What collector has ever used that as an excuse? I don't have anywhere to put it. Come on.
I'm trying to streamline.
Yeah. All right. So Jason's out. Ian, you got the theater one and you got the Japanese one from the event. So you're out.
Yeah, I got the Empire. The Empire I got from Bottleneck. The Return of the Jedi one I bought from a seller here. So I didn't get those early access. I didn't get an early access code. So I didn't.
Yeah.
You know, if I was gonna get one, I would have got the variant, but it wasn't really high on my list. There's other things out. And once it's in the frame and it's kind of nicely done, it looks fine. It looks good. So for me, I'm good saving that money and get something else, I think.
Okay. Al?
No, I can't spend money on nice posters. Got too many things to buy. I'm okay with these, I've said like these 10 posters, just put them on my wall just to have some type of you can kind of see them back there. But I'm trying to fill up that wall with a bunch of those 10 posters. But other than that, as cool as these look, like we say, we can't collect everything. And
no, you can't collect everything.
Yeah, my priorities are you know, they're somewhere else basically.
Okay. Darth Macho Madness. How many of these did you get?
It's Darth Nacho Mama.
Correct.
Since I cannot read English, I got the Japanese variant, which I collect all of those. And then I'll get the acrylic in the summer and then the quad in the fall.
So your army building.
What
posters.
about the lenticular?
Huh?
Are you going to get the lenticular?
Maybe. But I think 3 is enough.
Yeah. I think with this one for me, so I got the Japanese variant. I have the English one that I got from the theater. I'll get the English acrylic. I'll get the English quad. And I might get the lenticular because this one, I think with the lava moving up and maybe like the lightsabers clashing, that might be pretty cool. That might be very different.
Now, will that look good in a light box or no?
Well, a lenticular doesn't really
lend
itself to a light box.
That sucks.
So,
what
Connor,
do you do with these multiple posters? What do you do with them all? Do you,
army
you
builds.
keep them?
Do you wallpaper your house? What do you do?
I hang them.
I
hang them.
Let Connor speak.
I
Shut
hang
up.
them up high.
I was lucky enough to get a theater copy. It was a little weird though because one, a lot of the theaters around us did not have them. And then luckily enough, a friend of mine actually collecting Magnus's brother, we kind of, joined forces to get each other all the stuff. So I went to AMC and got the Vader popcorn buckets. His brother got us the cups from Regal, the little Vader helmet cups. But surprisingly, he found the posters at a Regal. The weird thing is they're double-sided. So on the other side, it had some other random-ass movie. Of course, when you frame it, that doesn't matter. But I think as far as like a standard variant, it's definitely smaller than what's offered from Bottleneck. But I think as a standard variant, I'm happy with that theater copy. I could be swayed by the lenticular depending on what it looks like, how the image shifts, like you were saying. But yeah, because I have that theater copy, though, it is a bit smaller. It's not like an 8 by 10. It's bigger than that. But yeah, I'm happy with that for now. I'm not going to go for these because I used to collect a lot of prints. Like I like I think his name's Mark Englert. I think that's his name. I love his like prints where it's a completely different image when you put a black light over it. And I was like hardcore collecting those. And I'm like logistically getting a black light to shine on these is a pain in the ass. And I'm like, I need to stop just buying these. So I did slow down a lot because I felt like I was just collecting tubes and not actually putting them out. And I'm like, I'd rather save that precious wall space for my autographs because I do plan on getting a lot of them professionally framed over time because it is so expensive. So yeah, long story short, I will be not be getting these, but I could potentially be swayed by the lenticular. I just don't know yet.
Now, a 50th anniversary Star Wars, would you grab that?
Of A New Hope? Like, potentially, yeah. I mean, I think Matt Ferguson easily does the best Star Wars poster art, bar none. The way he composes the images, the amount of, stuff he's able to fit into the image cohesively, where it tells the story of the film is the best in my opinion. I think he's the best at what he does. And like Collecting Madness said, they used his art on Disney Plus, which just shows you how much people are really appreciating his stuff. So yeah, I mean, that certainly could sway me. I just want to see what it looks like first, but I'm sure we won't be let down because everything he's done. I remember looking for his Return of the Jedi poster and we were all bummed out because we were expecting the theaters to get him and they did not end up getting him around here. So, and I also did not end up buying that one. I was like doing off in some other world and I didn't end up ordering it on Bottleneck. So I actually don't have that one.
Now, I was at the movie theater yesterday and they had these.
Oh, that's cool.
So these are cards with original poster design. So I'm going to open one live, see which one I got.
Nice.
Is there like a chase? Is there a chase variant? The Last Jedi.
So
Hey, that's a
So I
pretty
got.
good one.
That's a nice one.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it's
cool.
pretty good. And
Does it
it's,
tell you
know,
like?
That's like cardstock. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cardstock. It's really cool.
Does it tell you what country that's supposed to be?
So this is, I think this was the Italian one. Am I wrong?
That seems to
Well,
be
it's funny
Italian.
because I saw that on
Yeah.
a T-shirt last week, and it was the same. I thought, what language is that? It's exactly
I got
the same.
two. I'll open the other one.
Imagine you get a duplicate.
If I get a duplicate, we'll have to waffle it off right now. Oh!
Oh,
Yeah,
dang.
Nice.
Oh,
much better
you
than
got
that.
you got Jack He-Man Luke from Power of the Force. Power of the Force Luke.
So this is the Tom. How do you pronounce his name? Jung Young. This is his art. This is my favorite art for the movie.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's sick.
This is the best one.
Didn't they do a like a 1/10 scale like 3D poster of that not long ago? I think they did.
Yeah.
Something
Was
like
it
that. I think
Iron
it was
Studios that did it?
Probably. Well, yeah. It probably was Iron Studios because they just cranked that stuff out.
Yeah. So yeah, these are pretty cool. They're good stock. Pretty nice. I don't know how you display them. I mean,
What are those
you
like
can't really
3x4 maybe something like that?
something like that.
Because they do make
Probably-
frames for those.
Probably 4x6.
4x. Oh, that's you know what you're right.
Oh
That's
yeah,
4x6,
that's a pic. Yeah, that's
Yeah, they
standard
make frames
photo.
for those. Yeah.
Yeah,
Apparently
so
it's
that's pretty
French.
cool.
Yeah,
Huh?
my theater, which my buddy owns, he didn't have jack squat, so a little disappointed in that.
Yeah, so this one's French.
Okay.
All right, so let's
You're
move
gonna-
on to our next. Try to get through this quickly.
You're gonna spin the wheel, right?
Huh?
You're gonna spin the wheel, right?
What wheel?
You got a poster giveaway.
I don't know what you're talking about. So Hot Toys. So we've gotten a lot of Hot Toys over the last week, 2 weeks. Way too much going on. Enough to make everybody broke. I know Connor's happy because, as he said, he buys everything. But in terms of the Hot Toys, let me just pull that up. Is there something in particular that's caught your eye that you're really excited about that got announced over the past week or 2 weeks? Let's start with Connor.
Huh. I kind of liked it. Surprise. I liked everything. I was actually, not that I was skeptical on it, but I was actually pleasantly surprised to see that Hono Rebels Vader, which is obviously inspired by like the Ralph McQuarrie designs. I think he looks awesome, and it makes you sit there and think like, why is this price? And then the Hot Toys Vader is so much more. I mean, you got a cloth undersuit, USB powered lightsaber. The only thing you're really missing in terms of features, in my opinion, is like the light up chest box and the belt boxes, but it looks great. They've done a great job. I love the slenderness to the blade. I think this looks awesome, and it makes me excited and hopeful, and I don't want to get my hopes up too much, but I'm like, how far are they going to go with this Rebels line? We have 3 figures now, 2 troopers and this Vader. If they start doing the Phoenix Squad, I will lose my mind. I will absolutely lose my mind. Not in a bad way, in a good way. A lot of us will probably be like, damn, I bought all those Hot Toys Ahsoka show figures, but it would be incredible to see them continue this line and do like an Ezra and a Kanan and Hera and the whole Phoenix Squad. And I would like to see that because obviously these lines are much more affordable, generally speaking. And I think $220 for this in the U.S. is pretty damn good. And I think he comes with a lot. Of course, other than that, finally getting Jar Jar. It looked like they made some improvements to the wrist pegs and kind of made the gap a little bit smaller in the wrist from the prototype, which I like to see. I wish he would have come with a little bit more, but other than that, I'm pretty happy with him. I think he looks awesome. I think Jar Jar forever will be an underrated character because there's a lot of people out there that are like he's too silly, he's goofy. But that comic relief, I think, is a great part of the Phantom Menace. I think he fits in pretty well. And if you've seen the Clone Wars animated cartoon, he's even more hilarious than that. And to see like Fortnite doing like a Darth Jar Jar skin is hilarious because it just reminds me of like that episode where he has the Jedi robe on and he's just daylighting as a Jedi. And like I love Jar Jar, so this is hilarious to me, and all of the merch of Jar Jar from the Phantom Menace is just so funny. Like the cups, I think it was the Slurpee cups that had like a bust of the characters on them back in the day, and like, yeah, this is awesome. Very underrated character, and I think he's hilarious. I just wish he came with a little bit more.
Al, you want to take up the next one?
What out of all this? Well, out of all the stuff that's been announced, and my God, they've announced so much in the past, like just week alone. It's insane.
Like these cup toppers things.
Yeah, yeah, that right there. You know what that is? That's the Hot Toys lizard base. That's what that lizard base reminds me. It's the same thing.
Well, I didn't even see that.
It was a Sebulba cup topper that he pulled out. It's from.
So I got all the cup toppers. And the cups.
Okay. I see now. Yeah.
So I got, all the
Watto too.
All the ones from the Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I just love that you have those on hand.
Yeah.
Well,
Why are they
my
so
room
close
is a
to you?
mess, so I've been messing around with stuff. I had this one is my favorite. Without a doubt, this one is my favorite.
Oh yeah, that's great.
That's awesome. I remember that thing.
You guys have seen like the battle droid transport Pepsi. It was like a limited thing that Pepsi sent out to people.
Yes.
That's one of the coolest pieces of merchandise ever in that realm. So freaking cool. You open it up and the Pepsis are all hanging in there on the battle droid heads.
Yes.
So cool.
You don't have that?
No, I don't have that, dude. Number one,
shame.
Where do you display that thing? Because it's massive. Number two, I think it's actually pretty damn expensive because it's so rare. But I would love to have it.
Sorry, Al, what are you looking forward to?
Well, yeah. So, I mean, crazy because, so much stuff has just been announced in the past week or two alone. And, just coming straight fresh from Celebration as well, which had its own announcements. But the stuff that's been announced recently, I think that Darth Nihilus looks really good. And I think it's super cool that, Hot Toys is doing, the Legend stuff because although most of it's not canon anymore, it was a big part of a lot of our lives. I love the Knights of the Old Republic games, and Darth Nihilus' character, he was pretty mysterious, and you don't really know much about him throughout the whole game. And once I don't want to spoil anything for people that haven't played it yet, but once you figure out what he really represents, it's just crazy. And back in those early 2000s, we had those kind of like not great video game graphics at the time. I mean, they look good at the time, but you look back now, it's like they didn't age well. So to actually see like a really realistic representation of Darth Nihilus, because I know they've come out with, I think they've come out with some 6-inch figures, but to see it in 1/12 scale, 1/6 scale, with all the details, it's almost like, wow, I didn't even know he really had, I don't even remember seeing a face behind that mask. I thought it was just all black, but you see.
So it originally was, believe it or not, the original design for Nihilus actually, he was faceless. So that's probably why you remember it that way. When they went back and made a new version of the game, it was approved to change the art of him where they added the face. We actually talked about it a little bit on the stream we did last week. So if you want to go back, I had a comment from somebody in my Discord, and they wrote out this great comment explaining the changes between the original Darth Nihilus and how he's been changed later. And I think in the newer stuff, like all the merchandising and stuff, this is how he looks now. He's got that like creepy looking little face underneath, which is it's also weird because like the premise behind the character is he's like he has to feed off of souls to stay alive. So he's like basically there's no man under that mask, Yeah. So it is weird that he has a face. I still think he looks really cool, and I love what Hot Toys did here. The hood's a little odd, but yeah, I agree. This is awesome, dude.
Yeah, and then just the effects, and just how they're going down with this line.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure we'll see like a Darth Traya, eventually. Which
and Malik, cool, I would love to see some of the like the light side characters like Mission and Zalbar. Like they gotta take advantage.
Bastila,
like dude, they did freaking Malgus. Yeah, Bastila, and also they could do like Dark Bastila as well. Like there's so many things they could do. Like they have to, man. They have to.
Yeah. I mean, it's just cool that they're actually exploring the Legends line, and just like with Dark Empire Luke, so it's kind of cool that we're still getting some of that love because for decades that was our sequel stories, our prequel stories. So it's cool to still see that them doing this stuff. And
for
like
years it was very unmerchandised, right? Like I feel like we got to give it to Hasbro with the Black Series and Vintage Collection lines. They really started putting out a lot of merch for this stuff. They did a lot of. I mean, they did a Jedi Revan and HK-47 2-pack and 3.75. So
yeah,
we got to give it to them. They kind of showed Disney that people have interest in this stuff, and I think that's probably why Disney is approving more and more of this stuff. So I agree, dude. Like to see Hot Toys doing all this legend stuff is incredible, and I'm glad that there's like a gap in really high priority content for figures so they can do stuff like this, which is awesome.
Yeah. So that's why I'd say this is probably anytime I see all these new Legends announcements, it's like a different level of hype just because it's catering to, the older fans and the stuff that, shaped our story of Star Wars before Disney came out with the sequel trilogies.
Yep.
Ryan, what are you looking forward to with these Hot Toys?
Well, I'm surprised nobody said it, but Palpatine. So Palpatine's number one. Definitely got that. And then they got the army builders, of course. Boss. I already got the Scorch and the Imperial Commando. And then they also had the Clone Commando still in stock and Sideshow, so I need to order that. And, of course, the Legends. I have all the Legends so far. So basically everything. And then Jar Jar. I know people are going to make fun of that, but, you got to get Jar Jar. I mean, that figure is probably going to be the grail. And then, of course, that Elite Squad Trooper is going to be hilarious. Everybody wants it. And then they're going to have Crosshair come out on a standard release. They're going to do that.
Of course they are.
So they want you to grab this, and then they're going to announce Crosshair. You watch. And then you got all these, army builds and, groups and teams. So I just finally got, all the Bad Batch, and they just keep releasing more and more. But, I mean, that's an easy sale for them. So it's kind of smart, just do 1,500, get everybody major FOMO, and then everybody that doesn't get it will be upset. And then next week, Crosshair will be announced. You watch. So grab them all while you can.
Yeah.
And then I got an extra trooper, too. If I don't get this, I might trade.
You got a regular trooper. Ian's not interested. Ian, what are you looking forward to for these?
Man, just echo everything you guys said. Like, it's hard to choose. Like, I think majority of them are ones that I really want. Like, the Darth Nihilus is probably up there at the top, just because he looks freaking insane. And, it's a character familiar with, since I was pretty young. Just to go next to Darth Revan that I've got on the shelf down here, and Starkiller would just be, it's just a great display. So I definitely want that one. And Jar Jar's big for me. Like, I think that Jar Jar looks great.
That Jar Jar looks great.
And yeah, like the Phantom Menace was something, it was probably for me the biggest movie release of my life. Like, I remember how excited and the hype for that movie that at that time.
Yeah.
And in my house, like the toys we had, my brother got like this Jar Jar, which was like on a stand. You press the button, and he kind of does this like dancing move. He just looks like he's having like a fit. But it was such an odd, like random, and that was probably 1/6 scale. It was huge. So it kind of brings back good memories, and I don't mind Jar Jar. I just think it looks like a really great looking figure. So to have that in the collection.
Now, tonight or tomorrow, what's the two figures they're going to announce?
They're done.
I was going to say, I think they're not done for good, but I think that we saw our May 4th. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, that Jedi Starfighter's still coming, but
but don't they usually announce one or two on the day of? I don't know.
No, they did that a couple times, but they didn't announce anything beforehand.
Okay. I thought it was.
The last couple of years, they've been announcing the figures before May the 4th.
Huh.
Is anyone getting Poe? Does anyone want Poe?
What did Poe even do to make him worthy?
He told us that Palpatine survived somehow.
I don't know. I feel like Poe was one of the stronger developed characters, though, in the sequel trilogy because I don't know, like who do you compare him to? Like Rose and like Finn got done so dirty, especially in the last film. Like I feel like, and Oscar Isaac, he's good in everything he's in. He's a great actor. So I am getting
love Poe. I mean, that's a definite purchase for me, man. And
I do think it'll sell.
We don't get enough. We don't get enough flight suit characters, man. We don't get enough. Pilots. Like I just want some orange popping on my display. So I think he looks great. Oscar Isaac's great. I like the character, especially at the start. You know, really,
I think he was the most consistent character throughout the 3 movies.
Yeah, for sure. And like he actually looks really good in his helmet too. Like I was surprised at how nicely they got the helmet sitting on his head. I think he looks awesome. I actually really like the deviated design from the original, like like Red 5 and all those helmets. They deviated from it a little bit, but I still think it looks really good. And a lot of people were saying that this head sculpt is the same as the Mr. Knight. It's definitely not the exact same head sculpt. They've certainly tweaked it a little bit, but yeah, I think it looks awesome. I am getting this one, even though the sequel trilogy. I have my thoughts on it. I still have a pretty big sequel trilogy collection because I scooped up a lot of those figures, like bargain bin, and I like to have a representation of every single film. Yeah, I probably would have quit Hot Toys back in the day if I did that. But no, I got a lot of those super, super cheap. Like I'm talking like 3 First Order Stormtroopers and Phasma for like $280. Like I got so many deals on those figures. So
wow,
yeah,
can't say no to that.
But they're great figures as well. Like Ray's.
All the Rays are pretty solid, especially the Rise of Skywalker one. Yeah,
The Last Jedi Luke is one of the best Lukes in my opinion. Like it's such a great, like the younger version of him, the crate version.
Yeah,
like it's a really great looking figure. It's
now
really
my regular Finn, his ankles are shot to shit, and
a lot of those are really bad. Yeah.
So that's a figure that you needed him on a stand, absolutely. Jason, you don't collect the 1/6, but you are a Vader fan. Would you be tempted to get this Vader? It looks great.
Which Vader? Oh, the
Vader,
Darth Poe.
I love the Macquarie design. I'm thinking about it. Again, my whole thing is I've got a Star Wars problem. So I can't just collect 1 or 2. That's a dip in the pool for me that it'd end up with.
You can collect Vaders.
I can. I've been looking at that Nihilus quite a lot. Because I love the old.
Sounds like you are a 1/6 collector.
But if I get Nihilus, then I gotta have Malik, then I gotta have Revan. So I am trying to be smarter about it. They ain't cheap, but it's a great looking figure.
Well, that Vader's cheaper. It's cheaper, so that's the good.
That one I can think about.
I think it looks so good, man. Like
that's also again, I know I don't mean it as an excuse, but shelf space to put them. Mine are really set up for 112. I'd have a hard time finding spots for some of those, but it's just so tempting. Dipping a toe in it. One would lead to the next, and suddenly I'd have a room.
Yeah, it's a rabbit hole you don't really want to go down.
Yeah.
I do want to get to the next thing. Now, this is something that I know Connor has been after. I've been scouring Tokyo looking for these.
Fine. Have you got them? Did you get them?
We saw an empty machine.
Everywhere I went, I found. When I did find them, it was like, it was sold out. It had that red thing, sold out. So
I found them in Akihabara the other day. Akihabara Station, I got them, and it was just the whole thing was full. Nobody bought any of them.
Where?
And I don't know if they just filled them. Do you know Akihabara?
You must have just filled them because I went all around Akihabara. I didn't see them the other day.
It was in the station one where it's like you go up to the kind of the Chua line, is it? Or not the Chua line, the Sober line, and it's like there's like an area where there's loads.
In the station.
In the station.
Oh, I didn't look there.
Yeah, I got them the other day.
Oh yeah, how many did you get?
I got all of them.
Damn.
And I only got one.
How many goes?
So I got all 5, and I got 1 duplicate. I just got one.
That's pretty good odds. That's pretty good odds. I saw somebody that bought like 10 of them, and they only got 3 of the ones. Like all the rest were duplicates.
Oh.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, so these are cool. They're all die cast. which is nice. So, pretty cool, pretty cool. Now, like I said, Connor's after these, but Connor's awesome. He's a cool dude. He's a great dude. And Connor is sponsoring giveaway number 2.
Dude,
Type in
sensible.
hashtag lightsaber. Lightsaber.
Dude,
so
what
we
is-
have one
what is-
Vader lightsaber for you.
What the
Everybody look at Connor.
What is? Why do you do this to me, dude? I'm telling you, this guy sent me a picture of an empty machine, and he's like, I guess we'll keep looking.
Connor,
So,
I emptied the machine.
all right. So this is why this is funny, right? So the deal that we made, I was like, dude, since I was sending him all over the place, I'm like, I want all of them. Let's say you buy 10. If I can get a full set of it, cool. You can have all of the duplicates. Whatever duplicates we get, they're for you. So I'm guessing that you found them all, and this was the one duplicate. So that's
I got
hilarious.
4.
4. Okay, you got 4. So,
I got 4 before it sold out, and this is the one duplicate.
dude,
So
you
through
rascal.
the grace of the Force,
Hey.
Connor is sponsoring
Yeah, there we go.
this giveaway. This
There we
is
go.
a die-cast lightsaber
Oh, that is funny.
right here. So it's basically a keychain, but you can just cut that off and just
Wait, can you zoom in on your
Yeah.
screen?
Yeah, I can't see.
Yeah.
Dude, we don't have
Oh, wow.
keychains like this here, dude. I'm telling you, like even when I went to
Yeah.
Disney World, they're all plastic. Like these are really nicely detailed and like they're
Oh, that's cool.
die-cast. Like
What would you say that is? Like that looks almost like a 1/10
I think that's-
scale, maybe.
yeah, and that's the Revenge of the Sith hilt, I believe. It looks like it.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
yeah, maybe like 1
He said congratulations.
quarter scale, maybe. But anyway, hashtag lightsaber. So let me do this. Let me set it up, guys. Give me a second. So we got 17 entries. Come on, there's more people than that. Let's go.
Put it on the screen this time, though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna join.
So
just
yeah,
for fun.
Connor, I went all around. I found a machine.
That's crazy.
It had it, and I put in 4, and it said sold out.
So now you got to tell me which one am I missing? If it's Anakin, that's
I'll-
going to be really bad luck.
You're missing Yoda.
I do, dude.
Hold on. Let me pull this up.
Oh, that is too funny. Now my next question is, Joey, is this the one you're missing?
So what do you need?
He said I'm missing Yoda. You said you're missing one, right? Or did you get all?
Oh
of
no
them?
no. I've got all of them.
You
now.
got all of them. Okay.
But I've
that would
got
be
a
hilarious.
duplicate of what?
Yoda.
You got a
have
duplicate Yoda. So he needs a Yoda.
Oh, cool. Okay, you can. So how are you gonna I'll
Trade
give that-
him. Trade him a Sakura stormtrooper.
We're just throwing everything at him at this point, dude. You want my house?
So what, Robert? You've got the rest. You've got the rest from him.
Huh? What? Say
So
again?
I can give you the Yoda, right?
Yeah, you can give it to me. I'm not gonna say no.
That's the will of the Force, dude.
Hold on. Let me show you, Connor, what you got.
If Connor's missing the Yoda, I'll give you the Yoda. You can just have it. That's fine. That's,
Dude, you don't
that's
have
all.
to do
I'll
that.
give it
I'll
to
send
me.
you the money, dude.
So here you go. This is yours. This is the Vader. No, sorry. This is the Obi-Wan.
That's Yoda.
That's Yoda, dude.
This is Yoda. This is Yoda?
So
Yeah.
we're
That's
so
the
we're
Yoda.
missing not Yoda.
All right.
We're missing something
All right.
else.
I'm sorry. My bad. You got a Vader and you
So
got
Vader-
a Kylo.
Kylo.
The Kylo one is heavy.
Isn't that such
That's
a
the
random
heaviest
assortment
one.
of sabers they did though? That's just like all
Yeah.
over the place.
I think they were just trying to cater to all
I know.
generations, maybe. I mean, the
I guess
Kylo
so.
saber is, very unique, and
I feel like generally, like universally, it's well liked too. It's a great looking
Yeah.
saber.
Yeah. I mean, I will
One more
say
time,
though,
type in that lightsaber.
when they first showed the trailer for Force Awakens, when they showed that Kylo's lightsaber, that was probably the best part.
Yeah, and it was so divisive too. Like we didn't know how to feel. Like how's that going to work? Like is he going to be able to block with that? Can't they just cut the Quillians off? Like it was so funny. Like the initial reaction to it.
Yeah,
it was just nice to see something different.
Yeah. And then Cal Kestis, they gave him a Quillian crossguard lightsaber. A little bit different, but because they like fold up. But
was that in the second game?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I still need to play that one. The first game though was really good.
That's the thing Hot Toys is really disrespecting us with. We got a stormtrooper from the games, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's probably the license with what's the actor's name?
Cameron Monaghan, I think his
name
is.
Yeah. Maybe I'm sure it has something to do with him. But I mean,
they've done
like
multiple.
Series,
I was about to say we even got the Black Series of him with the mustache. Like that was the recent. Like
we got a Lego Cal Kestis.
Yeah.
So I'll go on a limb and say that this is simply just going to be wave 1.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure they're going to release a second wave.
If these machines are getting cleared out, especially, they'll do more.
Oh yeah, they'll re-release these.
Yeah.
And then they'll do a second wave. I'm guaranteeing that. So
they did them before, but they didn't have any paint, and they were kind of steel. So
that's lame.
They weren't so good.
Yeah, these are really good. Like the detail for how cheap they are.
Yeah, but all I do is troll Connor, so it's
that. I don't know how you do that. Like when I buy gifts for people, I want to tell them as soon as I get it. Dude, I wasn't even the one showing. Joey's over here trying to show a keychain, and you pulled me up.
You got to get the live reaction.
Yeah, just me getting.
Hold on, let me get him.
I can't get to go on. That's what the first release looks like.
Dang, that's crazy. Like bought the original ones, and then they do a much better job on the next ones.
Yeah.
So wait, I didn't catch the price. How much do these run for?
Like 500.
These are about $380, maybe.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
$380
USD.
Yeah.
He just loves leaving people on absurdly.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do the drawing.
Put it on screen. Don't forget.
All right, it's on.
There we go.
Ready?
In.
Go.
You know, if my name somehow comes up, I'm just gonna quit the stream because I swear I didn't join.
Richard.
Hey.
Richard.
Congrats, man.
There you go, Richard. All right. So Richard is the winner. Congratulations, Richard. Excellent. So that is giveaway number 2. This is going a lot longer than I anticipated. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, I know that Connor has to leave very soon. So what we're going to do is we're going to skip today's announcements from Hasbro and everybody else, and we'll just quickly go through. Did anybody pick anything up today? Let's just say that. Did anybody pick anything up today from any company? Jason?
No, nothing today. I thought about that Star Speeder from Disney, but I think it's still up there.
It's not still up there, is it?
It's been going in and out. It's sold out, and then it did come back, and it was up for a little bit. But
what's the price on it?
$350.
So it's the same as the other one.
Yeah,
the D23 one. Yeah, I think
it's just a different color.
It's a different color.
Different shows on the inside too.
Yeah.
Because this was the 1000 was when they changed the ride later, where it was piloted by C-3PO and R2. The original one had Rex, which is he's now in like the
exactly
Oga's Cantina. But yeah, they play different ride footage, different paint job. Like it's cool. It's cool.
Blue.
Exactly.
And you didn't? Nobody got that?
I did. Yeah, I did.
It's still there right now if you want it.
It's crazy.
$350 for that.
I was surprised it's still there.
Well, if you sell one of those lightsaber keychains, you will.
Right. Just sell one of them. You can afford it, dude.
Ian, did you pick anything up yesterday?
Nope. No.
You
I was
didn't
gonna
get that lightsaber for your wedding anniversary for your wife?
No, the store was closed, and I probably would have.
Damn.
I didn't know they had a store near us in Ikebukuro, and I went to the Revenge of the Sith and came out, and it was closed, so I didn't get it. But I'm tempted. It's like a chain with a lightsaber, but it's really good quality, really nice chain. Thinking of getting it, but yeah, I almost bought the Lego Star Wars
The
logo.
Star Wars thing.
Oh, that's really sick. I saw that.
It looks nice, but it's costs a bit more here than
It's like
than the
Ichiban,
US.
right?
Yeah, it's 60 USD here. For
Yeah,
that
60
one.
USD. Here it's probably about 80, which
Damn.
is quite a lot for what you get. So I passed on it. Hopefully it'll go into a sale, because it's in stock on Amazon. So hopefully,
Yeah, I actually saw it in store at a Target today. I was just there with my girlfriend. I saw it on the shelf.
yeah, I think it'd be fun to make, but I've got a light up logo up there. I don't really need.
Yeah, I got the same one.
So yeah, I didn't actually buy anything. I just got the poster. That was it. Oh, I tell you what, I bought really exciting. I got a grocery bag. What's those? The eco-friendly bags which has a big Millennium Falcon on it.
It's funny. They banned plastic bags here like a year ago, so that's what we use here. That's the only thing we can.
Oh yeah, they
use.
did that here years ago.
Yeah. So that just happened like a year ago for us. So,
But if you go to the supermarket here, they'll give you plastic bags to like put your fruit in and put your meat in, but you just can't buy a bag to bring home.
You can't buy bags. What are you talking about? I buy bags.
No, I mean you can't. Sorry,
we have
you
the
can't
same
get
thing.
The bag.
We have the same thing. That's like
give
the
you all
only
those
plastic
ones
you
for
can
free.
Yeah, you have to buy. You have to pay for the bag. Yeah.
Yeah, you pay like the 10 cents.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
So, Darth, Nacho Mama, did you pick anything up?
Oh, he put it in the comments because his computer died.
So he's actually not
did it?
there. Well, there he goes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, he'll be back. So, Al, did you pick anything up?
Yeah, I picked up a Figure Arts Darth Vader. Thanks, Kaiju Daddy. No, but all day I've just been kind of looking at, like I told you, I was just on eBay looking at random stuff. Amazon has a bunch of sales. I'm kind of wanting to kind of army build some 6-inch scale like Stormtroopers and Clone Troopers just for photos. So I did see there was a couple sale on some Black Series stuff. So I might just pick up a couple, army builder type figures to use for photos. But nothing officially purchased yet.
Okay. Now, Connor, how much stuff did you get?
Not as much as I expected to get. So I did get the Star Speeder 1000. I caught that like it was going in and out, and it set out of stock. And a lot of times on the Disney store, if you just spam add to cart, I've been lucky a few times where it just glitches out and throws it in my cart, even if it's not actually there. There was a really special item that went up on Shop Disney that sold out long before I got in because I got a crazy queue spot. At Galaxy's Edge, years ago when Galaxy's Edge first opened, they sold Hera's like family heirloom, the Kalikori, which is like, if you've seen Rebels, it's like a little wooden, dude, that thing was selling for like $1,300 on eBay at a certain point, and it's still, even with this, so they did a small run of them. They didn't make it to the parks, because I have a few people that I buy stuff through that go to the parks and grab stuff for me. The parks didn't get them. So those went up. That's like the biggest L of today for me. I was so pissed I didn't get that. And also the Jedi Temple Guard mask. These are both 1-to-1 scale, by the way. They did a Jedi Temple Guard mask, also sold out instantly, and was also very rare. So there's like 3 really rare items from Galaxy's Edge. It's those 2. And then there's a General Grievous. It's like a bust of just his head. It like goes down to that like circular neck joint. That also sells for a crap ton of money. So those 2, even the fact that they went up this morning is crazy. So I didn't end up getting those. I got the Star Speeder 1000, which I have the D23, the Star Speeder 3000 as well. And it's like the coolest 3.75 vehicle that I own. It's just amazing what it does. Like the little screen on the inside, it moves on the stand. The stand lights up. Incredible, especially for the
price.
Like,
and compare that to the HasLabs that Hasbro gives us.
Right, which I love them, but the amount of features that this one has for the price, like, you really cannot beat it. And it's a massive vehicle. Like, you really underestimate how big it really is. And, like, I'm a big Disney guy. I've been going to Disney World since I was a kid. So that, to me, is, like, right up my alley. So I got that. I got some pins. I have a pin board, so occasionally I'll buy cool pins that I like. So there was some... I'm a D23 Gold member, so there was a couple exclusive D23 Gold pins, which surprisingly are selling for a lot on eBay. I just ordered them because I thought they were cool, but I didn't realize they were each limited to 1,000. So they did a lot of ESB 45 merch and a lot of Revenge of the Sith 20th merch. Surprisingly, though, this Spirit jersey, which is literally just like a long sleeve shirt, but Disney sells a crap ton of these. There was a really rare one for Empire Strikes Back 40th, and it was selling for like, they retail for like $75, now $80, but at the time it was like 75, and they sell for like, this one was selling for like $350. They reissued it, and all they changed on the front was it says 45th Empire Strikes Back, and it was $80. So all those people that own that original one that probably paid a crap ton to get it, I'm sure they were pissed because it's the exact same design on the back. It's an amazing looking shirt. So that was the last thing that I got. But yeah, I was pissed that I couldn't get that Calicori. But other than that, I'm happy. The Star Speeder 1000, I didn't expect to get that because they do sell out so quickly. But yeah, pretty happy with that.
So you got the first one. You got it during the release, or you paid aftermarket?
So I have a buddy that works for Disney, so he gets like free tickets or something, or discounted tickets to go to D23. He lives in California, and he always offers, like, whenever he goes, hey, if you need anything from the D23 Expo, cost plus shipping. So he got me like the Churro Spider-Man. He got me he was going to get me, actually. He didn't get it for me because it surprisingly sat forever. The D23 Iron Man sat forever on their website. But yeah, so he was able to grab me the Star Speeder, and then I ended up grabbing one for myself extra from the website because my buddy was like, dude, I don't know if I have a box big enough to ship this. And he's not very good at shipping. Like, he gets like anxious about it. So dude, I literally mailed him from Walmart.com like a wardrobe. It's supposed to be like a moving box for wardrobes, and it was the perfect size. It was like $12, and I sent it to his house. And I even I paid for the label, and I'm like, put this label in the box, put it in the box, and send it to me. So I ended up having an extra one. And, well, no longer do I have two. I ended up just like selling that one on eBay for around what I paid. But yeah, I did have two at one point because I bought that one from Disney when they eventually listed it up as like a security thing in case he was like too nervous about shipping it. Because like, honestly, dude, I would keep this, but he changed his mind, and I was like, it's fine. I agreed to it. He changed his mind on keeping it. So yeah.
You dropped a pretty penny today, huh?
Well, at least the Star Speeder 1000, when you do pre-orders through a lot of these websites, you don't pay it today. So thankfully I didn't have to pay for that today. That's like, I think.
Oh yeah. When it ships out.
Quarter four that comes out, the start of quarter four, but
nice.
Yeah.
But the first one came out immediately.
Yes, the first one was an instant release when they announced it. It's like, hey, this is going to be available at the D23 Expo, and then when they put them on the website, those were ready stock as well. So this one is actually not ready right then and there, which is surprising. But it's cool because it comes with two figures as well. It's got the C-3PO and the R2.
And the R2, right?
I love that they're not carded. I love that they just have them in the plastic, so you're not tempted to keep it on the card,
Yeah, yeah.
Throw the boxes, throw the cards away.
Yeah.
Wow, man. All right, Ryan, any Star Wars purchases today?
He's got his phone out. That's great.
He's playing G.I. Joe and Transformers left and right. Any Star Wars purchases today?
Star Wars, I almost bought some Micro Galaxy Squadrons because they were cheap. They were like $15 or less. So my son right now, you see all those little things on the ceiling? See that?
Yeah, that looks like Ian's ghost.
Yeah, we're putting those all up. So his job is put up those Micro Galaxy Squadrons. I told him nothing above statues. So might pick that up, but I do have some big purchases. So I'm by midnight tonight. If you guys want the 4th volume for free from 3D Joe's, you have to go all in on three volumes for $90.
This is a Star Wars stream. Stay on target.
Well,
he's like, never mind.
I do all these pre-orders, but nothing's coming. I mean, the dewback off the racks hopefully shows up sometime soon. So looking forward to that. But no, nothing.
Okay. Now, Connor, do you have to bounce now?
Yeah, I do, unfortunately.
Well, thank you for coming. We appreciate it. We appreciate your perspective, your knowledge. Thank you very much for coming.
Well, thanks for having me. It was great to finally be on stream with all you guys. Even though I'm not always commenting, I do very often either watch you guys live or I have it like on the replay in my car. That's like one of my favorite things to do is like while I'm driving to work, have these streams playing in the background. So even though you don't know I'm there, sometimes I am there watching.
You're like a force ghost.
Right, exactly.
He's like a peeping Tom. You just don't even know this.
Right, pretty much. But,
yeah, but you finally can breathe. God, you guys like freaked out.
It's all right, dude. I'm so used to it because I stream with Lane all the time. I'm always fighting with Lane, so dude, this is normal for me. But yeah, I do appreciate you guys having me on with you guys. And just being able to be on a stream on May the 4th, because I did not plan one myself, because that's why I have to go off and do something, because I have a sick pet, unfortunately. So I was like, you know what? Let's do it. And I actually had someone else ask me to do one after this. I'm like, dude, I can't. But, you know, Kaiju has been so kind to invite me multiple times, and I've had a really rough schedule the past few weeks. So I do appreciate you putting up with me and giving me a final chance to come on before putting that red X over my name. Absolutely. Yeah. But, guys, may the 4th be with you, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. I don't know what time it is for you guys in Japan, but thanks for having me on.
It's Revenge of the 5th for us.
Yeah, it was.
There you go. That's a good way to put it. Revenge of the 5th.
All right, Connor, take care.
Take care, guys.
Take care, man.
Before, this is really some news, though. Thursday, all in stock sale at Four Horsemen. So.
Stay on target. Stay on target.
Did you make that for him? Just for him, right?
I did. I made it for him.
Yes. Yeah. By the way, did you guys see that
I need the mask
release of the sideshow Jabba? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's like
1,200.
Yeah, crazy.
I saw the Luke statue, which looked incredible.
Yeah, that looks great.
That looks amazing.
That means in 2 years we're getting the Return of the Jedi. From Hot Toys, Jabba. This is what they did with Grievous, right? Was it 2 years later?
Oh, you're talking about the Grievous
2 years later will be
reissue?
Star Wars.
Oh. Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, they release things that have nothing to do with the...
They'll give us the special edition Jabba.
Yeah. Deluxe.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to try to cut this down very, very quickly. I do have one more giveaway to do, so don't leave just yet. I know people bounced when Connor left. He took his posse, but please stick around. We have the Beskar Armor, Figuarts Mando. One more giveaway. And for the member stream, immediately following this, I'll have a giveaway for one of these, not one of the ones in my hands, but one of these Hot Toys magnets, which are really, really cool. Get the detail on the back. Let me expand my screen. Give me a second, guys.
It's funny, I was in Toy Sapiens the other day, and like someone picked up one of those, and then they looked at the price, and they're like, how much? And then they threw it back.
Those are cool.
Those are cool. People don't realize how good they are, how well made they are. They open.
They're so well made. And if you do photography and you do 1/6 photography, these are
perfect.
Super, super great.
And you got to have the 1/6 holding itself in a box. That'd be great.
That's what I'm saying.
I forgot what character. He was like a stormtrooper, and then they had a Black Series stormtrooper as the kid, and the dad was like the Hot Toys stormtrooper was giving. And the little kid was like the little Black Series stormtrooper was holding one.
Oh, yeah?
Like, it was such a cool photo.
That's cool. That's cool. So that'll be for the members. If you're not a channel member, you can still join up. We're doing that as a giveaway. And we're doing a special waffle for a Chrome Mando. It's not free. Let me say that. It's not free. If you win, you have the option to buy it at retail cost. So if you want this at retail cost, you're not paying aftermarket prices. And I know it's very hard to find, even on eBay and such. These are very hard to find. If you want it at retail cost, you win the waffle, just let me know. I'm going to pick 3 people in the waffle for the channel members. First person is the winner. You'll have 24 hours to get in contact with me and let me know if you want it. If you don't, it goes to the second person, same situation, and then the third person. So we'll do.
Can you get that
we'll
in
do
Japan
that
anymore?
in the members line. Was
Is that? Can you get that here anymore? Is it in Japan anywhere?
Yeah, you can still get it. That's why I'm doing it as
Oh,
retail.
okay.
So
Yeah,
just
is this
picking
I'm confused. Is this Mando free or is this the?
So we
everybody
have the Waffle Mando today for people who paid for the spot, and I started that waffle before Metacom made it available in their store. So now it's available in their store. They only have a few left. I was there the other day picking one up, and they only have a few left.
Hey,
and I know that.
Pick me one up, throw it in my box.
No.
I'm good for it. Come on.
No.
Come on.
So anyway, so in terms of, let's just talk a little bit about Disney Plus. Let's talk about Andor. We've all been keeping up with Andor.
No.
What do we think about season 2?
I haven't started season 2 yet.
I'm one episode behind, but I'm digging it.
Oh, that
I
one
like
episode you're behind is the best episode. That's a good one. I think episode 6 it's good.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I like where it's going.
To get through it. I like the. I don't want to say it didn't spoil anything. I'm really enjoying it for anybody else who hasn't caught up yet. But it's a great show. It's at least it's at least something different. And
I think people who are finding fault with it don't really remember how season 1 unfolded, and might suffer a little bit from ADHD. So it's not the kind of, bang bang explosion type of show. It's more of it's a drama.
Yeah.
And they sprinkle in some action, but it's the formation of the Rebel Alliance. Things, the pieces are being put in place now. If you know what's going to happen, if you're into Star Wars and you've kind of kept up with the lore and you know how the Rebel Alliance actually becomes an alliance, that moment is coming in season 2. It's a big moment. And, we're building up to that now. And we've had the major move in the last episode, which Ian said was a great episode. It was a very, very good episode, episode 6. So I am really enjoying Andor. I'm sad, just like I was back in 1983. I vividly remember being in my mother's kitchen, holding my Darth Vader figure, and thinking I will never have another story involving Darth Vader again in my life. And I was sad about that back in 1983. Like, it's over.
Yeah.
And I'm sad thinking that this is it for this Andor show. And if Disney has any semblance of intelligence, they will give this showrunner carte blanche and say, whatever you want to do, we'll greenlight it. You want to do movies, you want to do a trilogy, it's greenlit. You want to do another show, it's greenlit. The way this guy does his stuff, what's his name? Tony Gilroy? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude is killing it. Killing it. So good. So, Ian, what's your thoughts? You've seen everything.
Yeah, I love it. I really love it. I think it's different than the first season. The first season, you kind of had these kind of smaller stories, kind of 3 different stories that kind of, you had the start one with the where they steal the money. Then you have the prison break, and then you kind of have the finale part. With this one, it's more of one kind of continuous story, and it's giving a lot of time to each character. And I think that's really great. You get to see how different people are reacting. It's all kind of piecing together. I just love how he's building this kind of chaos and everything's kind of falling apart. But that's the thing that's going to kind of ultimately bring all these characters into to one place and one end game. And I love it. I just love how well it's written. The cinematography, it's just beautiful to look at. The performances are incredible. So everything about it is great. Some people have been saying to me that they're not big fans of it because they can't watch it with their kids. they're saying that Star Wars is for kids, and I think a lot of people have to realize now that for the franchise to develop and for it to grow, like they have to have stuff that different people can kind of jump into, and you can kind of leave some stuff behind. Give Skeleton Crew to the kids and have Ahsoka as something which kind of builds on lore, and then have Andor, which is more of a kind of adult story that older people are gonna like. And yeah, I think I just think it's really well written. It's slower than any other Star Wars, but it's great.
Yeah. So let me just address Laser Pants. Thank you, sir, for joining us. There are 2 figures. There is the paid waffle, which will be done within the next 10 minutes, I would say. And then there is the channel members waffle. This one, whoever wins will have the option of paying for the figure, and I'll ship it out to you. So this one, you're not winning it for free. The free figures are now for this stream. This is the next free figure. This is the Mandalorian Beskar version, Figure Arts, and this is the Mafex one, the Chrome one. The Chrome one, if you win in the member stream, you have the option to buy it. If you don't want it, you don't have to buy it. It's retail price. Whatever I paid, just you pay as though you were here. And then, I'll get it out to you. So I'll choose 3 winners for that. First winner is the main winner. You have first dibs. If you don't want it, if I don't hear from you within 24 hours, it goes to the second person. Same deal, third person. So that's how that works. Sorry for interrupting, Ian. That darn Laser Pants always with the questions. So
yeah, I know I was trolling,
but he was trolling anyways.
Yeah, I was trolling. So, Al, what do you think about season 2?
I haven't started, so I need to get on that. But as we were talking about Tony Gilroy, he also did the Bourne movies, so and those movies are pretty well received. So, I mean, it was only
season Bourne.
Jesus, yeah, I love that gif. But I mean, I need to start season 2 eventually. But you just hear nothing but good things, just like all you guys are saying.
Yeah. I fear to ask, but Darth Nacho Mama, have you seen season 2?
Well, ever since they cracked down on the sharing passwords, I've not been fortunate to watch season 2. And I will not spend any more money on Disney Plus after they did me wrong in the last couple things that came out with Star Wars. And they did Quill wrong, too. I mean, how did you kill off this guy? He made The Mandalorian. So, no, I've not seen Andor season 2.
Have you seen season 1?
Yes, I have seen season 1. I just couldn't take Disney Plus anymore, so I got rid of it.
Yeah.
So next month, I'll have a lot of free time on my hands, so I'll get Disney Plus. Hopefully they got a free trial. And I'll watch everything in 7 days or less and just get rid of it.
Okay.
So.
All right.
This guy pre-orders 5 posters, but he doesn't want to pay a subscription for Disney Plus. 5 of the same poster.
Well, that's the way it used to be. So easy. Just get free trials. Just get rid of everything.
How much did that blur cost?
I would do it all the time. And then HBO Plus, you just cancel. They beg you, to come back.
HBO Plus is the best streaming. Can we agree on this?
I do miss that. I do
Max?
have Amazon Prime, though.
Max. What I say? HBO Plus? Stupid.
Yeah.
HBO Max. HBO Max. I'm sorry. Max is the best.
Yeah, well,
well.
Yeah, it's up there with Spice.
Wait a second. Time out. Does Spice have a streaming?
I have no idea, but I remember going to other countries. I'd be like, oh my God, they got it.
Okay. Anyway.
Okay, we'll go.
So let's do giveaway number 3. Giveaway number 3. Let me Let me see. Giveaway number 3 is laser pants. That is for the Mando. Chime in now if you want it.
And this is not the chrome one, right? Is that right?
This is
This
for
is
the
the fig
figure
arts.
Oh,
This is for the figure arts.
shows you how much I was listening.
Figure arts.
Yeah.
To buy, you have to pay for this one, right?
The figure
No,
arts
this
is free. The
Oh,
figure
all right,
arts
I'm
is
getting into it.
Well, do you take food stamps?
For a free figure, I mean, might as well take it.
Yeah. I mean, when I lived in New York City, every time somebody was trying to give me food stamps for cash.
Look at that. Laser Pants hasn't even chimed in with Laser Pants. What is this?
He's going to ask for royalties.
He is. He's going to shut me down with a trademark. There it is. There it is. Or maybe we should do American Presidents Gone Wild. That would have been good. So this is for the free figure. Free figure. Unopened, untouched with my contaminated hands. How's it going, Luis? Throw it in there, guys. Throw it in.
Now, is this free of lead paint too? And
This is got the Japanese cherry blossom scent to it. And one more time in the member stream, we'll be giving one of these away as a giveaway for free. These are the magnets, so you can see the different ones that come with.
I need that Mando one. That's the one I want. And the Boba.
The Mando one, the one I got.
Yeah, I want that one.
This one.
It's bigger, right? The box is bigger.
Box is bigger. This box.
that's a deluxe box.
No, when I looked at it in the store, one of them is bigger. I don't remember which one it is. One of them is the larger size.
Really?
Yeah. It's
It would probably be the Darth Maul one.
Oh, maybe it's the Darth Maul. Yeah, I was quite surprised. It's quite a lot bigger.
Yeah. So you take off the box, you got the insert, and then you got that image. I had someone say, "How come it's not plastic? How much do you want this thing to cost?"
They should have. The limited edition variant version is the shipper box, right? The shipper box.
So yours opens differently. Look at that.
Yeah,
One more time.
This is it opens the way the actual one opens.
Yeah, it opens the way that the
Oh,
figure
this
does.
tiny clone. But it has to have a magnet. No, does it have a magnet? Oh, you just
The magnet's inside.
No shipper, no one.
yeah. That's
Is that the only one you got?
I also got Anakin, the Clone Wars Anakin. Not Clone Wars, the Attack of the Clones.
All right, we have 19 entries. Come on, I want to do this at least 20. We got 36 people in the stream. Let's go. One more person. Laser Pants for the free SH Figure Arts Beskar armor. Beskar armor Mandalorian. Unsullied with my contaminated pork-eating fingers. There we go. 20. There we
I
go.
wonder when they'll announce the Mando and Grogu Hot Toys one, because we saw that was at Celebration.
Yeah, but they don't
Super
announce it
shiny.
right away, right?
I'm pretty sure maybe once a trailer, maybe a little bit after a
Yeah.
trailer's shown.
Hey, put it on the screen.
Put what on
Yeah.
the screen?
The wheel.
Give me a minute.
Oh.
Jeez, giving people one more opportunity to join. No, this is not. This is the figure arts. Are people trolling me? Like, this is the figure arts.
So if I win this one, I have to pay for shipping.
If you win this, we'll talk about it. Depends on where you live. All right, here we go. Good luck to everybody but Ian.
Let's go. Al, are you in this? Are you in?
No, I kept my promise.
Dude, this spin is slow.
Whoa!
That is the first time I've won anything ever. Thank you.
Oh man, what?
All right, the hashtag
People are gonna
rig
think
is-
something's going
I'm
on,
gonna
man. 'cause
have
the
to
only
stop
people who
letting.
win,
I'm gonna have to stop letting these guys join.
I know, man.
Maybe I'll just give it a KJ. How about that?
Do you
Give it a
pre-record these?
What?
I don't want to be greedy. You can spin it again if you want.
No, you won. All right, so let's do the waffle.
Hey, I'm not in the waffle. I also did not join this. So
Are you sure?
the waffle? No, I didn't join it.
I did. Double my
Whoa!
Holy crud!
Hey, is this last man standing?
No. All right. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Let me see. How long is this spin? All right, 40 seconds.
Yeah.
All right. Now remember, you win this. I give you 2 or 3 days to watch the video. Get back to me. Let me know all your info. Yeah, rigged.
Well, you were at Carney before you worked at Toys R Us, right?
I was a carny. You have 2 or 3 days. Get back to me. This is paid. So everybody who paid, if you win, you win. I'll reach out to you and we'll set it up. But here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Damn, Mando's gonna have a concussion.
Yeah.
Hands.
Oh, he's
In
definitely
case
gonna
anyone
throw
knows
up.
I'm stopping
This is like the
it.
Gravitron.
He's throwing up in the helmet.
Robert's hitting stop.
Oh,
How can you even read this?
laser pants? No, not laser pants. Oh my God.
Who won?
No.
Jason's gonna.
Oh my. No, it's going. It's still going.
No way.
It's got Phil. I think
Very
it's Phil.
close.
It's Phil. Phil collects. Didn't Phil win the last
I was
one?
that close to greatness.
Wait, didn't Phil win the last one?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
think he
sure.
Hey, wait a minute. My burner accounts Phil collects.
I think Phil won. I think Phil won the last one. Either way, congratulations, Phil. I know that he was sleeping the last one. He's probably sleeping on this one.
Okay, you do two
So,
more spins, right?
So again, if you're a channel member, we're gonna do another spin for the channel members right after this in the member stream. You have until 10:30 to become a member of Kaiju Daddy's YouTube channel. That automatically enters you. Everybody gets one spot, and we spin the wheel, and whoever wins gets first dibs to buy this, and then we'll go from there.
Wait.
So
Hold up,
again,
hold up.
congratulations, Phil. Good job.
Let's give me like 2 seconds. Don't end the stream yet.
No.
Okay. Let's see.
So,
okay.
Again,
Sorry.
we got the member stream coming right after. So make sure if you are a member to tune in, because you only get 24 hours if you win. Oh, look at this guy.
There we go.
Wow. Thank you, Al. Throwing out the memberships, giving people an opportunity to win.
I need to cancel my membership so I can actually get some of these free ones.
Can we stop certain people from getting memberships?
Yeah, block them.
So who won? I can't see from here.
Birds and Boxes,
who got him?
Fox, Jose, Typical Hijinks, and Rebel Scum 420.
Awesome. Thank you, Al. Appreciate it.
Yep, no worries.
So in the next stream, when we start up, people are going to have to give me a little bit of time because I'm going to have to input all the names of the members, and then we'll do it that way. So I appreciate everybody joining us today. It was very fun. Again, thanks to Connor for joining us. It was also very fun. Jason, any parting words for people here?
Oh, I just want to thank everyone for spending May the 4th together. It's one of my favorite days of the year and definitely my favorite topic. So great time hanging out with everyone, same as always.
Ian?
Same, man. Same. Yeah, it's been a really memorable May the 4th, man. I got to celebrate in the May the 4th events here. Got to watch Revenge of the Sith, and then to top it off with this, it's been a lot of fun. It's great to talk Star Wars. Star Wars just makes everything better, and yeah, glad I could share it with you guys. So yeah, thanks for a great May the 4th, and may everybody else have a good May the 4th. May it be with you.
Al?
Again, yeah, just fun times hanging out with everyone and just talking Star Wars on Star Wars Day. Good to see all the the people in the chat as well. Thanks again to Connor for joining us. He has his stream on Tuesdays at 7 Eastern. So if you're a 1/6 collector, we're checking him out. I post his videos or his streams on the page too, so look out for that. But again, thanks to everyone. Great to hear everyone's stories about Star Wars and talking about our favorite collectibles. It was a blast.
Batman?
Well, it's been nice knowing you all. I will be unsubscribing. Bye.
Okay, so again, one more time. Stay on target. Stay on target. So we'll be doing the member stream. I had it scheduled for 10:30. I'll probably start it up right after I get everybody's name into the wheel, and then we'll start it up. The member stream will probably be about 30 minutes. I don't want it to be too long. Hey, Grogu. So again, during the member stream, we'll be giving away one of these for free. Here it is here. Unopened in the box, still sealed. And we'll be doing the waffle for that Mafex Chrome Mando. So again, thanks everybody for joining. Appreciate it as always. Happy Star Wars Day. And we'll see, hopefully, most of you in a few minutes. Okay, guys. Take care.
All right, guys.
Right on.
Thanks.
Thanks, everybody.